take a dive.
Feel like that new cool here. It's like that new school here. Wave off that swim team, talk big things. It's new rules here. Yeah, nice on nice on nice, yeah. I couldn't take it, missed a chance, I missed a flight, yeah. Got too damn wasted, pick a poison, pick a vice, yeah. I probably tasted, made mistakes, I made them twice, yeah. Nothing was sacred, I was just raging against the machine. Never been cool with the settings in the system. Instead of playing victim, I should've just switched them. Like how was my life on the line, any different? But if this time we could see what's missing, change the position, at least burn flames with a mission. Couldn't see clear, had a bad prescription. No slack when your back's up against the wall. so nice, ayy. I couldn't take it, missed the chance, I missed the flight, ayy. Got too damn wasted, pick a poison, pick a vice, ayy. I probably tasted, made mistakes, I made them twice, ayy. Nothing was sacred, I was raging. Told my old girl I got new girl, she ain't basic. Pay for the Uber to come scoop her, I'm not tasteless. Might throw some money, cause Ben Franklin making faces. Poker faces, a disgrace, they know I'm aces. I want a girl so hot the internet can't take it. That girl might break it, yeah, she might break it. I want a girl so bad, I go blind when she naked. She just might make it, and I just... And all I wanna do is pick my head up, trying to grow some wings to get my feet off the ground. All I wanna do is pick my head up, trying to grow some wings to get my feet off the ground. I was just raging against the machine, never been cool with the settings in the system. Instead of playing victim, I should've just switched. I'm like, how is my life on the line any different? But if this time I can see what's missing, change the position, at least burn flames with a mission. Couldn't see clear, had a bad prescription. I'm slack when your back's up against the wall.
on top when you push and when you shove. So give it up, give it up, give it up. Don't you try to judge me. You can take a back seat. You might sing a pretty song, but it's going on too long. I'm not sorry, but won't be going down so easy. From your push and shove, shove. Don't you try to judge me. You can take a back seat. You might sing a pretty song, but it's going on too long. Don't you try to judge me. You can take a back seat. You might sing a pretty song, but it's going on too long. I'm not sorry, won't be going down so easy. From your push and shove, shove. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. Rise up, it's no time to lay low. Turn dreams into cream, get your pesos. Turn those pesos into bankroll, and in no time get the cheese like queso. I used to be the first guy to procrastinate. I used to waste mad time in my mind state. Was like, I ain't got time for the grind, but you never be great without work, let it marinate. I'm waking up and thank God for a good day. I never worry what naysayers gon' say. I take my ideas, put them in the high gear. By the end of 5 years, now I'm getting dumb paid. I keep my mind on point, mental kung fu. Won't let nobody tell me what I can't do. I lace my shoes, I'm on the move, I paid my dues. I'm a winner, so I can't lose. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, cash out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. Yo, I'm trying to be a mogul. Have my own brand with my own logo. Make a grand entrance, escorted by Popo. You can call me CEO. Yo, I got dreams so big they obese. I'm trying to make cash money while I'm sleeping. Why it can't happen? No reason. All I gotta do is put the work in, beast it. I'm going all out, baby, till we ball out. When you see me racking up wins, give me more clout. Time short, so I gotta get mine. I'ma grind to the finish line, homie, let's shine. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen.
I
I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. The first is the last, and the last the first. I be the first one that aim squeezed, then I'm a burst. So what's your work? Does your network? Listen closely to my next words. Also, you wanna be the best word. It's time for you to use your head first. Popeye, you better learn to get the leg work. Yeah, that's right, let's take them to the serpent. It's time to put the work in, you deserve it, don't deserve it. With human never been perfect. Not striving for perfection. See, that's the hidden lesson. Your feet should leave the surface. High five to heaven, till your vision inverted. Free fall to feeling. Had to go to get it. Glass blown to ceiling. Hammered the bracelet. Heaven knows you're living. So you can never leave until you know the limit. Ask me if there is one. I tell you if you ever find a work pole, then I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. Yes, this is the Supreme King Kareem. Right over your head, double take, homie, you're dead. Swishing, don't let them catch you slipping. Pick up the cane, pimpin', that's a permanent limp. You got to stay a villain, come here, man with them. See, they don't like that, funny how you stay appealing as you hit them right back. The love and hate on the plate, choose whichever one you feelin'. You know what it takes, then which one of them killing. Just turn it all around, flip it upside down. Your mind's a weapon of infinite creation, jot it down. Don't ever mind the seconds, time was the govern sound. The riddle is the light, spoken into the now. So now you see the answer, the hardest part is how. You plan to do it all, something you should figure out. Cause if this whole world is a trip, then you better take off right now. Break the shit down. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this.
Glance over my shoulder, I see him take a dive into the sea of confusion. So let's go swimming, baby, all night long in the sea of confusion. So let me take it down and stay till dawn in the sea of confusion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Call of Duty Mobile Waves of War. This is going to be the playoffs day where 4 teams remain, but only one will emerge victorious. My name is Husky, and I will be your commentator for this very wonderful night. But before that, I want to give a quick shout out and note of appreciation to the parties who made this happen, ESL and Garena, as always, for making sure that everyone gets a shot at glory. But tonight, we will be looking at, like I mentioned, 4 different teams, some new names, some fresh faces to try and, get their hands on that grand trophy or that grand prize of some pretty juicy in-game CP. So with that being said, we will have a major of 3 best of 5s. But before that, let's take a look at the contenders for this evening. We will have 4 of them as we bring them out on the screen right now. One team from Malaysia, it is going to be the Crackheads. And of course, the other 3 teams from Singapore, we have Set T1, a returning team from last time. This is their second attempt as they did bomb out in third and fourth place. Cloud ESAT, also from Singapore, as well as AB Synarchy. So this will be our 4 playoff contenders as they will now go head to head in an attempt to reach the top. But of course, the road is not going to be easy. They will have to play all of their matches tonight, and those who persevere will be eventually crowned champion. Well, hopefully at least. We will start off with both the semi-finals before we go into the grand finals, but regardless of that, every single match will be the same. Let's take a look at the bounty that awaits all our contenders for tonight. For the champions, they will walk away with 5,000 CP. The runner-up will walk away with 4,000. The third place bronze medalist gets 3,000, and of course for the fourth place, they will also be able to at least get walk away with 2,000 CP overall. So regardless of the results tonight, everyone will at least be able to walk away to win something, to earn something for their efforts, because it is not easy to be the top 4 strongest teams in Malaysia and Singapore. So these guys definitely at the community level at least deserves some credit. Now, with the teams and the prize pool out of the way, of course we have to talk about what's coming for tonight, and that is going to be the game mode and map. And of course, the rotations would be fairly similar for all of our series. We're going to start off with the hard point with the map. I believe it's called standoff, but on here it's called takeoff. As long as you get the idea, it is fine. Afterwards, we have search and destroy at the summit, domination at firing range. If we go to a game 4, we have hardpoint at crossfire, and finally search and destroy and hackney yard to end it all. All of the series we play in a best of 5 all the way until the finals, where we finally see our crown, our grand champion. So this is something that you have to keep your eyes on and not forget, because you will be seeing all these maps pretty frequently throughout the night, as the players will demonstrate whether they have been able to memorize and of course master the terrain of these individual locations, and hopefully use that to their advantages. We've seen a lot of actions, but before that, let's take a look at the schedule for this wonderful evening. It's gonna be an explosive one. We're gonna start off with the semi-finals with SAT T1 taking on Cloud ESAT, followed by the Crackcase taking on AB Synergy. And afterwards, we'll have the 3rd and 4th placing, which will be played off stream as we set our eyes on the grand finals happening after the 2nd semi-finals. And after that, we'll be crowning our grand champions who will walk away with the Covenant 5,000 CP prize pool. So all of you watching right now on the live stream, do drop in the comments which team you think is going to walk away with as the overlords, and of course be the eventual winners. Again, if you have been following Ways of War, you know that SAT T1, they are back for some retribution, as they barely made it to the grand finals. They just missed out. I think they ended up in the 3rd and 4th placing for the first time that they participate. So hopefully we'll be able to see a Cinderella run from SAT T1, as this is a good chance for them to earn a bit of that redemption point and start their fairy tale of a run. And it's fair that we get to see them be the first team to play. So maybe the changes that they have made from last week that we saw them is going to be sufficient to at least get them into the grand finals and put some improvement and results on the board. And with that being said, just a quick PSA for everyone out there. I know today is a kind of a different day as we are still dealing with pandemic, so hopefully everyone out there stays safe. Remember to always stay sanitized, stay hygienic, and keep everyone around you in check, and we will get through this together. But of course, there's always Call of Duty Mobile to keep each and every one of you entertained, and hopefully tonight will be entertaining as always. We have gone through the teams, have gone through the prizes and the schedule. Let's take a look at what to expect from our individual teams, or at least the individual maps. We're going to start off with the hard point, and when it comes to hard point, it is all about side control. It is all about locking down the objectives and preventing your enemy team from contesting. And there are different ways to approach hard point, and personally I think you have to be able to make those split-second decisions. We've seen some teams from the last Way of Wars locking down those hard points in a very solid manner, and one of the ways to counteract that is to play together as a team. There is actually plenty of time to play the round and to make a comeback. Don't being reckless is probably the one thing that you should avoid. And when it comes to hard point, it is always about managing that macro, deciding where to go and how to make your movement, because the random points can sometimes be far away from your spawn point, and that is where you need to really work together with your team. And I'm sure all our survivors know what they are doing, and I'm pretty sure that they will be able to put up a pretty darn good fight tonight. And of course, when it comes to a game mode that is all about controlling the site, I'm expecting a really close match. I'm expecting to get 100 to 100 at some point, but we'll just have to leave it to our contenders to show us whether they have what it takes to secure themselves that best of 3. It is going to be a marathon. It's not just you win one map then you move on. You gotta win 3 out of 5, and this is why tonight it is so important for all of our contenders. After hardpoint, we're gonna move on to search and destroy, my personal favorite game mode. Fast, intense, and it's it's just the classic first person shooter, tactical shooter game mode that you will see almost everywhere across different platforms. All about getting a site, planting the bomb, and if you are on the defending side, you just gotta go for the defuse. But because you don't get to respawn in search and destroy, it really comes down to who pulls the trigger first, and that's something that I really want to look forward to. But because it is so simple and straightforward, search and destroy is all about who makes that first move. And afterwards, we also have domination, a mode that on eyesight looks similar to hardpoint, but definitely has its own quirks. Only 3 points across the map, and the more points you control, the faster you generate your scores. And of course, when you hit that 50, you are going to be crowned, the winner of that round at least. So approaching domination and hardpoint definitely has its own quirks. It definitely has a bit of difference on how you should play and how you should handle the situation. But we just see what these teams, can display to us. And we don't want to make too much speculations. We don't want to go around revealing potential stress. It's all up to the teams to show us what this is about. And of course, for those who just joined in, be patient, because we are almost getting ready to get into game. And with that being said, I'm just going to take my time once more to thank the parties who made this happen, ESL and Garena, for giving us this opportunity for us to witness such upcoming amazing gameplay, and also for the teams to fight for the glory. 5,000 CP for the winners, 4,000 for the silver medalists, 3,000 for third place, and of course 2,000 for the fourth placing. Everyone wins something, and because of that, we are just in time for our very first game. And what a better way to start things off in standoff as we move into hard point. It's all about that 150 point, but before that, they gotta try and lock down the point of contest. It's going to be Cloud East taking the fall. 2 members going down pretty early on in set T1. They have learned from the first time they joined. Last week was kind of a trial run. This week they are coming back with a bit of an improvement. And right off the bat, we're seeing set T1 getting immediate control. The point still in contention as Cloud East was able to get bodies onto that objective. But standing there is not enough. You have to be able to eliminate the controllers, and that is what Sad T1 is doing right now. And once you've got the control of those hard points and you are winning those gunfights, Cloud East are getting gatekeep. And as those points are going to keep generating for Sad T1, it is going to be pretty difficult. Every point does contribute a maximum of 50 score. So Sad T1, they are finally going to be, flushed out of the point. Cloud East will get a bit of that control to generate. This first point is going to be locked down pretty soon as they're going to switch over to another location. But at least Cloud East is able to close the gap a bit. And that will make it easier for them to keep this score side by side against that T1. But you can see his range. He's already on a pretty decent roll. And so far, that performance of that T1 is still pretty impressive as they get control of the second point. Cloud East going for the recuperation and the regroup themselves across this point, trying to overrun that T1 with those numbers. But you just see Glorify making his time worth it. He went down, but it's totally fine. Krypton from behind also joins his buddy, but you can see Sad T1's Knight Radiant getting control of those crucial entries, just making sure that Cloud Eater cannot get in, and he's going to be trading blows. He goes down, but Sad T1 is going to come in to immediately provide that backup. Finally, the contenders have been knocked away from the point, and Sad T1 continue to establish that dominance and try and extend the lead. Explosions and grenades are coming through, but it's going to be T finding himself a great pick-off on that window, and Cloud East just losing numbers, and T himself locking down the crucial doorway, the crucial corridor on his own, and further extending Sad T1's lead. We see the reset just coming in from Cloud East, but with where the point is right now, Cloud East does benefit a bit more. It is closer to the spawn. Sad T1 will have to try and come through, but Knight single-handedly eliminating 2 members of Cloud East. This should allow Sad T1 to get closer to the point. This is whether they can get onto it, and indeed they will. The point is suddenly out of control as Sad T1 just plow in. Cloud East immediately responds with their own retake. Sasuke is going to join his team, and even though he was not able to get there in time, but he's gonna get those hardpoint kills. Very important, slightly overrun by Sad T1. Unfortunately, Teddy trying to go for a cheeky drop shot, but that is not how it works. Cloud East able to punish that maneuver from Sad T1, and in fact, equalizing the score. The slide through is not sufficient from TN Glorify. Finally, Krypton and Sasuke able to hold down that side, and in fact, they pull ahead for the first time on standoff. So Cloud East just barely making it count. 5-point lead, and we just reached the halfway point. We unlock that 4th objective. It seems that T1 will be able to get there first, and of course, so far, the kills have been a bit distributed across both teams. As Sad T1 first to the site, but not able to lock it down just yet. It's more of the Cloud East side. It's more about Cloud East side right now being able to finally figure out the movements of Sad T1. And look at where Sasuke is just watching the window, turning around at a pretty bad time. But oh my goodness, what a fix! Sasuke getting that crucial kill, but it's not enough though, because range finds 2 in return, and those trade of the bodies will allow Sad T1 to temporarily get onto site, but very fast. It's gonna be Cloud East contesting that objective and allowing Sad T1 to at least lose control a bit. Cloud East taking back the lead. Just slowly try to extend it. Sad T1 is coming for the contest, but you gotta eliminate Cloud East, and that's exactly what Sai is going to do, at least from the side of Cloud East. Sai is not spotted out. There's 3 in a row, and Cloud East just barely hold on the point a bit more. Still one behind, finding the fall. How is no one from Sad T1 snuffing it out? How is no one detecting where's the communication? Sad T1 kind of falling apart in the Cloud East and now walking away with the lead temporarily, but Knight and Range finally stepping up to the occasion. They fixed that communication, they found the info, they detected where Cloud East is hiding, and they're able to lock down this side. And again, trying to get that lead. RPG flying out, and it's gonna be Sai taking a Paradox, Teddy with T as well. But look at Knight from behind. Oh, he's missing those shots. You cannot miss it. This point blank. Sad T1 letting this slide away a bit as Cloud East try to take back the side, but thankfully Sad T1 still maintains control. This is the first side that we've been through, and Sad T1 will take back that lead. And we expected a close one, and we're getting exactly that range, holding the stairwell but not able to win out the gunfight. Cloud East now finally extending that lead once more, back on that 10-point advantage, trying to make it count and not let Sad T1 to even get a contest in. Sai almost takes down 2, but it's more than enough to put them back in the driver's seat. It's gonna be Krypton taking over his teammate's position and allowing Cloud East to continue staying with that advantage. And now they're gonna try and extend that because this is the second point. We're back to the same rotation. Cloud East made it there first, but Sad T1 will immediately retaliate. And just look at Sad Paradox, TNT. They all swarmed in. Getting that full wipe of the Cloud East is going to really buy a lot of time for Sad T1, and it's going to be Krypton. Great flick, but just insufficient. Sasuke able to trade some back. And Cloud East again taking a bit of that lead into their pocket. Just 30 more points until they take game 1 away. Sad T1 needs to make their move quick. They need to make their move fast, but Range not able to land those shots. It's going to be Sasuke holding down the point. T from behind, getting that contest going, but Teddy just comes back, immediately eliminates the threat. Sad T1 just wanted to put bodies on the side to halt that point generation, and in fact, they finally take back control. 5 more seconds means that it's going to pull them back to a very close stalemate. 120 to 127 in favor of Cloud ESET, but unfortunately Set T1 losing the members a bit too early as this point unlocked. Cloud ESET should be able to get there and get that contest in. Set T1 will get the generation going, but Cloud ESET immediately gets control. 20 more points until they lock down the point, and it's gonna be range. Oh, able to kill out Sasuke. Finally, you gotta end that guy's rampage. Krypton finds T, but Paradox will get a trade back. The grenade onto the side. Knight trying to find an opening, but he himself gets taken out. In fact, Teddy actually gassed himself as well. Now, those unintentional deaths are gonna give Set T1 the lead. 9 more points until they take this one round. Cloud ESET desperately wants to get onto that contest, but it seems like Set T1 has finally got it under control. This should be hard point locked in for Set T1. That's the first match. A quick, not a dominant win, but it definitely showed what Set T1 has learned throughout the week. They've been here last week. They were not able to make it through the semis. No, I think they dropped the semis in fact, and they ended up only in 3rd and 4th place. But to close out game 1 in cleaning up the rotation a bit more towards the end, that is absolutely amazing from Set T1. But of course, this is just the first small step to a bigger goal. They need 2 more in this best of 5. Cloud ESET, slightly unfortunate towards the end. They did lose a bit of a footing. If I'm not mistaken, some accidental suicide that we saw, I believe, from Paradox and Teddy really hampered the ability of Cloud ESET to retake that point, to get those point generation. And it almost felt like Cloud ESET had that chance, but it was Set T1 who was able to take control at the very end and get this first BAB. It was a quick one, but it's definitely not easy for both teams. And with that out of the way, now we're gonna get into an even quicker match. It will be Search and Destroy at the Summit, and this is where we are going to see the fragging prowess of both teams. What can they bring to the table when both teams don't have the capacity to respawn after them? Maybe Set T1 have figured that out from the get-go, and that should really help them deal with Cloud ESET's way of taking Summit, because as we all know, when we look at a map like Summit, it's all about taking that bomb site and getting it down, and afterwards time is all on your side. And with that being said, we're about to jump into Search and Destroy. We'll see if these teams can pull out that victory. We're gonna go all the way to Summit against that T1. So far they have a win in their bag. They just need 2 more to make it to the grand finals. And of course, TENS, they start things off by taking on Knight. And of course, it's not the TENS that you know, but it's probably the TENS that Cloud ESET need. And of course, Set T1 is the attacker. Cloud ESET needs to play this a bit slow. Krypton playing around these stairs. They're gonna go in, finds the first one. Just a quick pick and a scope in. Cloud ESET just making quick work. It's all into Krypton. Krypton now is going to see T as well, but can T stand up to this Krypton, not letting his finger off the trigger, and finds himself a second one. A perfect shutdown from Krypton the man. Cloud ESET locking down the side, and they will also find Glorify trying to go for the flank. Sasuke has his body covered in Set T1. Unfortunately, just not able to make any progress. The bomb is not even planted just yet. The whole of A side in total control of Cloud ESET. In fact, with almost a minute left range, he can try to sneak the bomb plant, but to defend it against the entirety of Cloud ESET is going to be a different question. Range from the side is probably not going to make it, and in fact, Teddy ready and waiting. It's a very direct, clean round 1, a flawless one in fact from Cloud ESET. As at T1, you kind of need to gather their wits and plan a bit more properly. They're losing those members one by one to Cloud ESET. Maybe this time you want to bring more numbers to the fight as they are trying to attack that B site. But of course, Cloud ESET, I think they know that as well. You can see the early grenades being propped up. It's going to be range to start things off, just to create a bit of diversion. It's going to go for that rotate. At least trying to lurk around the A point, but we've seen what happened when they try to do that. There is going to be at least one member from Cloud ESET watching that A point, but thankfully for Set T1, they have not lost any members yet, and that itself is an advantage for the attackers. So now it's all about getting then Tense. Oh, what a nasty shot. Sad T1 had no chance at all. Tense finding a second, but great one for Paradox. He answers back, and that is gonna weaken the defense of Cloud East. But from behind, it's gonna be Sasuke not connecting the shot. Paradox should be able to take him out. Range as well, finding Krypton on the side, and that's gonna open up the bomb site for Set T1. To finally get on and get the bomb planted. But Glorifies in, gets the challenge off. Sai is down. Set T1 should be able to get the bomb planted, but look at where Glorify is. He has been doing wonders. And Teddy, he has that advantage, has the high ground advantage, but taking on 3 members of Set T1 is not going to be easy. Only 30 seconds left for him to make a difference. He's going to try to make some noise, maybe create minor diversions, but he has to be quick. He does see Glorify. What a great nade, and now he also sees the head of Paradox. But Paradox knows he just needs to play time, and I think this has to force Teddy to go for the push. Teddy's gonna jump down, but Paradox will win the gunfight. Set T1 equalizes the round, and that just looks way better for Set T1. You know, they are able to clean up the act a bit more. Unfortunately for the defenders, the maneuvers come back from the flank not as effective as they thought it would be. But okay, where Teddy is, Teddy! Oh no, they're not winning all those fights. T and Knight, in fact, they found two. Set T1 with a huge lead right now. Tense has to hold on this entire angle, but it's not gonna be easy though. Look at where Set T1 is. They did lose one of their members, but of course Cloud East still at a disadvantage. A great rotation from Tense, but now he has to try and take out T. T is pretty low. Tense not looking at the right direction. If T turns around right now, they should be taken out. But look at Tense and Sasuke. Krypton also finds one as well. They actually get onto site. The defuse is definitely gonna come true. Set T1, they control the site, but Cloud East was able to take it back, and it felt like a disaster for Cloud East, especially when they lost, I believe, Teddy and Sai early on. But thankfully, they were able to punish Set T1 a bit extensively, or else that could have been Set T1's round. So round number 4, I believe, is going to see if Cloud East still able to stop Set T1. Ah, the snipe. A bit of a whiff from Knight there. Glorify trying to respond to this. They have planted D-bomb. Now, again, 40 seconds for Cloud East to go for this retake. Everyone is still alive, and Sai takes out Glorify. That's gonna dampen the attacker's defense, and immediately Chance just runs towards the side. They might be able to piss a Paradox at this point. Paradox caught out in the open, wasted information, and right there, it's gonna be Sasuke and Teddy able to get one, and the dunk right on for his range. But Krypton, he was already waiting. Set T1 not able to clean up the round, and 40 seconds just way too long for Set T1's. Cloud East taking it 3-1 so far, and they just need a bit more, 2 more rounds in fact, to take this match and equalize it. And just look at what the Cloud East the defenders are doing. So far they're reading Set T1's movement like a book. And maybe Set T1, they're gonna try their luck at the B side once more. Cloud East they should be pretty much prepared. There is one lurker from the side of Set T1, but we've seen it before. And Krypton is going to find his first contact. Almost takes down T, but thankfully T was able to get away. That's going to be a secondary pick though, but still not able to force Krypton away from that angle. In fact, Krypton, he's just going to play more aggressively. This is so good for Cloud East. They are relaying so much information to the rest of the team. Set T1, what is going to be the course of action? Trying to get onto site. They are going to abandon, at least move away from side B. They have drawn enough attention, so now they should be getting the bomb planted on that A side. But Tense, oh what a shot! Glorify caught out in the open. The bomb has been planted. Set T1 got the bomb planted, but with Glorify down, Cloud East they should be ready to go for this retake, and immediately they just overwhelm Set T1. T does not stand a chance at all. Side from the side, Set T1 losing another 2 members, and the last one probably gonna be chased down. Indeed, yes. Krypton with the Bison just annihilates Set T1. And that's going to put Cloud ESET on the 4-1 scoreline as both teams goes for the side switch. Set T1 now has a chance on their defense. And hopefully, no, they gotta get at least 3, they gotta get 3 more rounds in order to equalize the score. So this, it's going to be pretty important for Set T1. No rooms for mistake. Cloud ESET continues to extend the lead, but of course now on the attack, they're gonna be glorified, answering TenZ with that PP19 Bison. Unfortunately for Krypton, he does see a couple of members of Set T1 not able to answer back. It's gonna be T taking his life. Knight, the crucial angle, this should be an easy one. Teddy completely unguarded. Cloud ESET down to 2 members, Sasuke and Sai both trying to find an opening, but Glorify would take out Sasuke. And the only member left is gonna be Sai from Cloud ESET. Trapped in front of this B side. And he should be able to gun him down. Sai takes on range, but unfortunately it is just insufficient. Just losing members 1 by 1 in that manner is never going to be beneficial. You have to be able to trade those bodies. The crossfire is not there for Cloud ESET in that situation, but thankfully they have a pretty decent lead, so they still have a bit of room to breathe. Smoke grenades being thrown out by T just to obscure a bit of the vision and to prevent Cloud ESET from getting those early pickouts. But look at where they are, just playing mid side. And this is going to be pretty important for T. He has 2 angles to watch out for, but he does have range with him. And look how ESET, they are going to play his patient. A side already under their control. They might be able to get some pickouts. And Cloud ESET, they are slowly inching forward. Sat T1, absolutely no idea where Cloud ESET is. And maybe this is the mind game that Cloud ESET is playing. They did lose Teddy, and Sasuke also pretty low in the red. It's gonna heal back up, at least for now. It's gonna bring them back up to decent health, but he does get tagged. Thankfully, he did get the regeneration off, so he's still alive. He's gonna do it once more with the bomb planted. 35 seconds left. Sati has been spotted out. Sati 1 trying to get control of the side. They're coming in from different angles. The pincer is there. Sai's able to find range. Paradox and Glorify, they both find 1, and T cleans up the 4th. Sasuke is the last one left alive, but can Sasuke survive? The answer is no. 50 more seconds on the clock. Sati 1 will get an easy defuse and bring the scoreline to a 3-4.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet.
Cloud ESET not able to close out the match just yet. It's looking a bit closer, a bit close. In fact, I would say really close. In fact,
The enemy has the bomb.
Cloud ESET just need a bit more. Let's say 1 more push to equalize the score. At least on this entire series. Set T1 just starting out with the same maneuvers once more. This time with those frags. Just wanna take an aggressive stance as Cloud ESET has all of their members probably trying to open up that B site. But Cloud ESET is not gonna make a move. Playing it like the previous round, gathering some intel. And Set T1, they have been reacting to this pretty well. And this is exactly what we've been talking about. TenZ has been found out by T. But it's gonna be TenZ though. Taking out Glorify. A very important kill as Glorify. He was kind of the anchor for the team. They've also seen T, and maybe Cloud ESET may decide to finally head onto the B side. So Set T1 needs to respond as soon as they can. T is the only guy holding down the side. A great headshot. 9 also finds Teddy on the corner, but TenZ immediately traced back. That's his 2nd kill. And TenZ himself has been able to give Cloud ESET the control that they need on that B side. And the bomb is definitely going to go down. Sat T1 will have to play this retake. Can Cloud ESET nail this? They just need a bit more of a push. 35 seconds left. The QQ knife flood from the side of range. Knight will finally shut down TenZ. Sat T1 regaining a bit of that lead. It is a 2-2. But Krypton, it's going to wipe out 2 members from Sat T1, and suddenly Cloud ESET, they are in the lead.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb finally goes down. This is clutchable for range. Just gotta find those isolated gunfights. There's not much time to work with, but He definitely can make it happen. So far, Cloud East not really watching the right angle. That's gonna give Sat T1 range. No, misses the shot. You can't do this. You cannot miss those shots. Sasuke able to get out with his life, and you can see the Hue has already been deployed. Now Sasuke gonna slide through on this angle, and it's gonna be Cloud East at closing out the round.
For the next round.
And that just, oh, a heartbreaking loss for Sat T1. A heartbreaking loss of the round for Sat T1, in fact. Shouldn't have been a loss.
They have the bomb.
But thankfully, they're still not out of the game just yet. Although that was their opportunity to tie it up. Sat T1 now gonna change things up a bit. They're going for the attackers. They're not the defenders, but they're playing like the attackers, and it might be working out so far. They've already taken a Krypton side also under fire. Sat T1 bringing the fight to Cloud East, and instead Cloud East, noticing this, probably will just go to A side. And Tens just punishes T. When you give away your site like that, it will allow Sat T1, or it will allow Cloud East to get some form of control, but they were able to take out side. So at least Sat T1 will still be holding on, but Tens just takes out nice hit, and Tens! What was that shot? Terrifies Glorify. Sat T1 down to Paradox. And he has to hold the side, he has to hold the side all on his own. Cloud East immediately making it onto the A site. Bomb is definitely gonna go down. Now the question is, can Paradox find that win? We have seen him,
Bomb has been planted.
performing, but this is gonna be tough. 2v1 is possible, but 3 versus 1, that is gonna be rough. And Tens just knocks it back home for Cloud East. And it felt like Cloud East had control, most of the game. There was a 6-3 victory. The Cloud East had domination for majority of the round. Sat T1 just not able to hit the ball and hit the ball back to the park, as they say. But at least they were able to put up a fight. The last round was a bit of a switch up from Sat T1. I kind of understand what they wanted to do. They wanted to surprise Cloud East because they recognized both teams actually play a pretty safe game. But Cloud East they just take it slow, and they slowly try to get the pickouts onto Sat T1 before they get onto the bomb side. So Sat T1 figured, maybe if we run at Cloud East and take them by surprise, we can win those frags. Unfortunately, Tens just doing massive work, and I believe he has been the one opening up most of the rounds for his team. So with Search and Destroy going in Cloud East's favor, we now have both teams tied 1-1 in this best of 5, spicing up our very first semi-finals. And I can't wait to see what's going to come next, because maybe we're getting the semi-finals that we deserve. Sat T1, despite being here, despite having been here before, will quickly realize that it's not easy as it seems. But the third match is going to be even more interesting as we jump into firing range for domination, and this is going to be how we see the teams not only lock down the site, but also holding that side. You don't really need to make much rotation once you've gotten that control. Unlike Hardpoint, domination is all about maintaining that control. And so far we've seen Sat T1 win that Hardpoint. Maybe they can translate that over to domination as we jump straight into Summit. Both teams wasting no time. Sat T1 looking for the mid control, and Knight's gonna start things out. Tens and Sasuke, they both find 2 as well. But Sat T1 making sure that the members are gonna gather together first before they go for the push. And both teams have control of 1 point each. Now it's all about getting that B point. You can see Cloud East they are the first to that objective, but it's gonna be a great takeout by range, and that's gonna allow Sat T1 to start locking in that B side. And look at that, Berserker Meta. Everyone from the side of Sat T1 on an absolute tear. Cloud East is still getting the points in, but Sat T1, they have finally gotten more control. A and B in their favor. They actually got the take started on the C side, but so far Sat T1 are starting to pull ahead with their lead. Cloud East are trying to catch back up, but Stat T1, they're just winning all these individual gunfights. Range able to eliminate Teddy, and Tense just not able to keep up. He takes one, but Stat T1 just answers back with two. And when you look at the numbers again, you know that Stat T1 have the lead. Again, the P19 Bison just working perfectly for Paradox. Stat T1 slowly getting their lead ahead, already halfway through. In fact, just need a bit more to close out domination. Cloud ESAT, they gotta make some adjustments pretty quick. Probably they might want to try and contest point A, but look at what Stat T1 is doing. They're putting so much pressure, and they are now spawn killing Cloud ESAT. When you cannot walk out of your base, you cannot take the points back. Stat T1 already looking at a 38-point lead, about to become 40. Just need a bit more to close out this round. Cloud ESAT just cannot find those openings, and Stat T1, they might have just, you know, gotten massive control of the game. Five more points, I believe. And Cloud ESAT, I don't think there's any time for them to retake any side. They've gotten B, but it's only just loading. They are not going to be able to capture anything at this point. Stat T1, oh, getting that lead, and all they need is a bit more. There's I believe 50 more points. As you can see, Paradox now taking control of C once more. They will give away A side, as Cloud East will immediately lock down that area, but in return, Stat T1 exchange their D side back, and look at Paradox just from above. Tries to go for Krypton, but Krypton was able to drop shot him. So far, Stat T1 still pretty much in the lead, and look at where Sasuke, he's gonna rejoin with Tense. They need to hold down B point, and Cloud East finally gets a bit more control on the map. Stat T1 have all 5 members on the C point, but Cloud East right now, they don't need to push too much. They just need to keep A and B in their control, and they'll slowly be able to equalize the score. Great nade from range to take out Sasuke, but still, Stat T1, they are not able to push on forward, and Cloud ESAT, they're not happy about it. Side just loops from behind. Look at the media map so far. Cloud ESAT, they're making big moves, but T also puts on a couple of big kills of his own. And actually, Stat T1, they're finally been able to inch forward. Those individual pickouts, Tenzo will get shot down mid-air. Marinade! Oh, Cloud ESAT, not ready to go quietly into the night, and they just bombard B. They don't want to give it away to Stat T1. Teddy continuously stepping up to the game, but it's too late. Stat T1 hits 75 first, and Cloud ESAT just making just barely, you know, able to tie up the score, at least get a comeback. They will lose the first half, but at least there's still a bit more to work with. The target is 150 after all. So even though Stat T1 has the first one, Cloud ESAT still has an opportunity to get this back. Maybe they will be able to make some adjustments. Again, both teams getting the individual control on respectively A and C, but it seems like Stat T1, they are going to be trying to immediately storm onto B, and a great kill to take out the members of Cloud ESAT. And Stat T1, unfortunately, they will rotate away and making a pretty smart move. Instead of trying to take B, they're going to rotate all the way to A, and that's going to catch a side off guard immediately. Stat T1 getting that A side. Cloud ESAT immediately tries to respond. Their rotation has been a bit cleaned up, but even though they can rotate, they still need to get the kill. And side make sure that it counts. They are gonna get onto B side. Need to lock down the bodies though, because Stat T1, they're still in the lead with that 10-point advantage. So if Cloud ESAT wants to have a chance, they need to get these kills, and it's gonna be glorifying range, putting some on the board. B side is gonna be the point of contention, but unfortunately, Stat T1 making it so difficult for Cloud ESAT to even have an opportunity to get close to the site, and in fact, glorify himself has been able to take down 2. Tense and Telly working hand in hand, but range with that new respawn, and now from the flank as well, Krypton with 1. Krypton looking for the second, the blind. Oh, it's just a bit of a bad timing for Cloud ESAT. That could have been something else. And with this continuous accumulation of points, Stat T1, they don't even need to take both points. In fact, they can just keep 1 point and keep B side neutral. But of course, Cloud ESAT has a different opinion about that. Krypton, so they on the side airstrike onto A. Cloud ESAT putting all 5 of their members on B finally. Sati just finally take out Sasuke and glorify That's actually gonna knock Cloud East off the point.
Enemy airstrike incoming. Be careful.
And just a great execution from Sat T1. Now they actually will just step on the pedal. Cloud East catching up in that scoreline. But because Sat T1 has been
We're almost
able
there.
to
Keep it up. Friendly
neutralize the site and the point,
Alpha.
they keep themselves in the lead. Not as much as they expected, but at least it is something that they can still work with. Cloud East just need a bit more. They have A and B within their control, so they'll slowly catch back up. They even get the combo bow out from the side of Krypton. And Krypton putting a lot on the board. Krypton finding 3 of his own. Krypton on a absolute tear. That's a quad.
Taking the lead.
And because of Krypton alone, he's gonna lock everyone from Set T1 behind, in their base, and Cloud East finally take that lead, and this could be it.
Enemy airstrike.
125. 25 more points for Cloud East and turn this franchise around. Set T1 needs to get onto the side, but look at Cloud East just dropping the airstrike onto B, making sure that if you are Set T1, you won't be able to get onto the side at all again. Look at, and then we have Sat T, not able to respond well. Cloud East taking down almost the entirety of Sat T1, forcing a mass respawn. Sat T1 now trying to sneak onto the point A, but Cloud East they are already dead and ready and waiting to go for this defense. It's gonna be Krypton now alone, eliminating the members of Sat T1. They 10 more points into Cloud East takes this home and backs their second match of this best of 5. 5 more points at Sat T1. They're running out of time, they're running out of life, and it's gonna be Cloud East just putting their names on that kill feed. One more tick should do it. And Cloud East what a miraculous comeback. The first half was a bit slow, but we've already seen signs of them slowly catching up. And the second half is where they shine through. Sat T1, they actually, focus a lot of those resources on that A side. We saw multiple airstrikes. They're trying to keep Cloud East off. But because B point was neutralized for so long, all Cloud East had to do, get onto B point and secure B point instead. They throw their airstrike, they make sure that they watch those angles, and they hit that 151st. So unfortunately, for Sat T1 now, their backs are against the wall. Cloud East they are looking at that match point. One more match, and Cloud East will be able to advance to the grand finals. But that was domination. The mode that Sat T1 won was hard point, and that's exactly what's coming up next. So back to where we started. Sat T1. One of the problems I think they've been facing was just they get the momentum, but they were not able to keep the foot on the pedal. And sometimes when we see Sat T1 lose control of the game, they were not able to claim it back. And a lot of props goes over to Cloud East for able to keep up the pace. Now they are at the cusp of knocking out Sat T1, at least for that grand finals contention, and making their way into the grand finals for the first time. So far I'm liking what both teams are bringing to the table, but we're starting to see Cloud East being a bit more consistent, being a bit more persistent when things get dire. In fact, especially for the previous match, they have been playing at a deficit. Almost the entire match up until the very last, I think, 30 points of the second half. That's where we start to see Cloud East catch on. So having a good lead is great, but you have to be able to maintain it, and I hope we see Sat T1 manage to pull it off when we get into the next map, because that is going to be their final chance of staying in this best of 5 series and hopefully having a chance to get into the grand final. So Cloud East everything, the ball is in their court right now. Is whether they can close it out or whether Sat T1 can bring us to a game 5. But it's gonna be on a different map. Maybe different maps gonna bring out a different strengths and playstyle from these two teams. We had Standoff as our first map, but right now we're going all the way to Crossfire, and this is definitely going to change how the teams navigate. A bit of a faster tempo, and the size also a bit more open in a sense. Maybe it's gonna be allowed. Tens just dropping onto two members of Sad T1. And that's the opening you're looking for. Tens chasing for the third. Tens is unkillable. Tens and Krypton both ready for down for T1. And Tens, oh my goodness, Tens with 4 kills. Can he get more? This guy's in monster. Tens with 5.
Taking the lead.
Oh, Tens just putting those numbers on the board. Tens, someone stop him. Knight does so. But Cloud Eset able to put a fast 20 points on the board in the beginning. Sad T1 finally getting that point back. They will quickly try to use this opportunity to regain that lead.
Too close. Fight
So
harder.
at least if you're Sad T1, you are going to be happy with that. Cloud Eset off to an explosive start, but Sad T1 able to reclaim this hard point. Because see, Cloud Eset, they are just gonna let it be and contest the next point. It's just not too big of a deficit. So Cloud Eset, they're not too worried about that. And in fact, it's gonna be Krypton and Teddy. They're both working to make sure that Sad T1 doesn't get any closer. They're gonna have to point on to lockdown. Krypton with an insane spray. Krypton consistently find those kills.
Taking the lead.
Sad T1 not able to get onto side. Look at Krypton. He has got all the side on lockdown, but they're just gonna overwhelm him. T finally shuts him down. But even then, Cloud Eset still has control of the hard point of the objective. So Sad T1, they get the kills, but can they get on site? Because the members of Cloud Eset, they are just making sure that no one gets there. Rage finally gets a breach through, and Rage with the rush will claim it for Sad T1. Now it's his turn to hold this. And Paradox able to do a lot. He's gonna go into a 1 vs 1 with Teddy. And Teddy, can he go for this push right now? No, it seems like the answer is clear. Sad T1 again claiming the side at the back half, at the second half of the timer. This time they don't take the lead, but Cloud Eset, they are definitely going to be
Hardpoint
least
is
worried.
ours. Hardpoint contested.
Knight though, he was hiding under the side and it's gonna allow him to find two. Sai finally takes him out, but it's a bit too late because at T1 and now had the numbers advantage. Cloud Eset does take the side, but can Paradox get onto it? Paradox already found one. Paradox cleans up everyone from the side of Cloud Eset. Unfortunately, Cloud Eset able to respawn just in time to overwhelm them, and at T1 locked out once more, trying to get back onto that objective. It's gonna be Range, Paradox, and Glorify. They all work in tandem, and immediately they overwhelm Cloud Eset with those odds. Numbers playing in the favor of that T1. Sai and Tez immediately answer back. But you can always rely on Sat T1s. You can always rely on Glorify and Paradox. T also putting one on the board. Tens
Too close. Fight harder.
getting those back and pickoffs. But on Crossfire, it's hard to put your body on the side to go for that contest. But maybe Tens on the side. Tens! Oh, continuing to find those pickoffs. Continuing to find those isolated kills that the Sat T1 just did not expect.
Hardpoint identified. Be
But
advised,
thankfully
hostile
for Sat
artillery
T1, they have been
inbound.
able to get the lead. It's Cloud East getting onto the site first though. It's gonna give them a head start to secure a bit of points. As we stay across there onto 10, Stance is going for the chase. Oh, Sat T able to turn around just in time. We see the trade again. But Cloud East just need to keep Sat T1 away from the hard point for a bit longer. Glorify able to gun down Sasuke though, but look at Sai and Teddy, just great recoil control, great spray control. Teddy seeing multiple members, able to shoot one down, to flick the stat. Oh, in an impressive prone, they actually wipe out everyone from Sat T1. Cloud East buying a bit of time for themselves, and now they've hit the 100-point mark. Sat T1
Enemy down.
needing to recuperate themselves. Probably, actually, it's hard to give away the site because if they do, which I think they have to, they'll need to play the next two hard points perfectly. And Tens knows it. It's going for the immediate rush. He does give away his life, but they know that this site is already gone. Cloud Eset is gonna put themselves at least so much closer to the victory. 25 more points to go.
Hardpoint lost.
The hard point is going to be in the favor of Sat T1, but immediately turn around as Cloud Eset.
Hardpoint is ours.
They waste no time getting onto the hard point to get control. And that is not good for Sat T1. They were able to knock out Cloud Eset's member from the side, but can they get on there? The answer so far is still a no for Sat T1. As Cloud Eset inches closer and closer to victory. Krypton Krypton is gonna hold this tight angle. He doesn't really give a damn because he knows as long as he stays alive, it's gonna be hard for Set T1 to ever get close. And him and Side together takes down the members of Set T1. The point still lost. The point uncontested. The Cloud East's point generation will be halted for now, but they finally put members back again. Trying to lay in the finishing touches, and this is it. This could be it. 10 more points. Cloud East into making that a great airstrike, and they found it. Oh, Krypton with the missile knocks 2 out of the park. Set T1. They have no more time, and Cloud East hits the score limit. And most importantly, they punched that ticket into the grand finals. An impressive showing from Cloud East. Unfortunately for Set T1, second time in Ways of War, but not enough to guarantee them to at least bring them some sort of improvement. They will have to play that third, fourth matching once more. Feels like deja vu for them. History still repeating for the squad, but nonetheless they have put on an amazing fight. An amazing round, a match, amazing series in fact, against Cloud East. But we saw who the better team is today, and it's going to be Cloud East moving their way into the grand finals, and they will go up against the winners from AB Synergy as well as Crackheads, which will be the next best of 5 coming up. But before we go into more Call of Duty Mobile action, we're going to take a short break and we'll be back for more gunpowder.
Let me take a dive. Let me take a dive. Let me take a dive. Come on, let me take a dive. Come on, let me take a dive. Come on, let me take a dive. Let's stay inside the world. Let's stay inside the world. Let's stay inside the world. Come on, let me take a dive. Into the sea of confusion. So let's go swimming, baby. All night long. In the sea of confusion. So let me take it diving. Stay till dawn. In the sea of confusion.
Feel like that new cool here. It's like that new school here. Wave off that swim team, talk big things. It's new rules here. Yeah, nice on nice on nice. Yeah, I couldn't take it, missed a chance. I missed a flight. Yeah, got too damn wasted. Pick a poison, pick a vice. Yeah, I probably tasted, made mistakes. I made.
What is up, soldiers? Welcome back to the Ways of War Call of Duty Mobile tournament, as we have a lot more action coming up. I'm your commentator Husky for this wonderful evening, and before we proceed, I want to give a shout out to ESL and Garena for making this possible. We've just witnessed a gut-wrenching first semi-finals, best of 5 between SAT T1 and Cloud ESAT, with Cloud ESAT coming out on top with a 3-1 victory and locking in that grand final spot, so they can take a break for now, and alongside SAT T1, as they also need to prepare for the 3rd and 4th placing match. But to know who these teams will go up against, we will have our second semi-finals coming up ahead. This one is going to be an interesting one. The brotherhood, the battle of the siblings between Malaysia and Singapore, with crack case against AB Synarchy. We'll see if this is going to be a close one, or maybe we will see something different. Format, the maps, still the same. We're going to start with Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, Domination, back to Hardpoint, and then finally close it out with Search and Destroy. We've seen 4 maps so far. The only map that we haven't laid our eyes on or set foot on is Hackney Yard, but that will only gain a luxury if we make it until the very end. So we gotta be a bit patient and hope that the teams give us the performance that we have been waiting for. But either way, it has been a quick but eventful series that we have, and that sets the pace for the rest of the night, because these teams they are not just fighting for the title of champions, they're also fighting for that juicy CP. So with that being said, we're gonna get ourselves ready, pack up, grab your arsenal, reload your guns, and be ready to pull the trigger as we hop into our first match of the evening, or at least the first match of the series, between AB Synarchy and Crackcase. Back onto Hardpoint. It's gonna be standoff once more. So far it's going to be Crackcase right off the bat, playing with the smoke Bebe with that site control, but you can see that AB Synarchy is not gonna lay back off. They take control of the site back pretty quickly, as they were able to stall out the first few engages on the side of Crackcase, and AB Synarchy just now putting numbers on the board. Bebe able to get one, but he has been so predictable. Same location 2 times in a row, and AB Synarchy just makes sure that he doesn't stay there for long. And so far the Crackcase able to find, at least contest the site, but no, he does not! Oh, what a tragedy right there. Site gets neutralized at least, but not for long. AB Synarchy immediately gets back up. Reef getting splashed by Bebe. Bebe's gonna be taking him down. Skilla comes in, getting himself a 2 spray down, and at least getting the site for Crackcase once more. AB Synarchy, they strike back hard and fast. Even 1 point can make the difference, but fortunately the Hardpoint has been neutralized. So we have AB Synarchy in the lead, at least for now. Shotty though, just from long range with that Bison, able to nail himself a couple of bodies right there. AB Synarchy stepping to the case. Again, getting control of the Hardpoint pretty quickly, but Crackcase make sure that they at least put 1 foot through the door to contest the site. Shotty able to get 2 kills. Shotty with 3. And that should allow AB Synarchy to get back and get control. Crackcase coming for the contest. Shotty with 4 in a row. Still staying alive. Shotty just being a total nuisance, using his teammates. Jeng Yu able to, finally take him out, and that's gonna allow Crackcase to lock down the site. And they also will start watching the stairwell. Skia getting a double reef also answers as well, but Can they get back onto the hard point? That is the question. Getting Crackheads now has an opportunity to at least take the lead. In fact, they do. Here comes the Raining Defty Torpedo. It does connect, but the kill not translating into much. At least not for AB Synarchy. They're probably going to unlock the combo. Oh, and here comes the compound bow. The explosions are going to rain right through. Crackheads just brute force their way onto site. AB Synarchy losing a bit of momentum as Crackheads just pushes right through. Zheng Yu with that flank wash is going to prevent AB Synarchy from getting any sort of control, but his teammates have been pushed out, so he has to play on the outskirts as well. But that is not going to be lasting for long because AB Synarchy not able to hold on. Crackheads continuously exerting control, the territorial dominance on this hard point. AB Synarchy desperately trying to wipe them out, but as long as Crackheads have their foot on the soil of this hard point, they will be feeling pretty good about themselves. AB Synarchy trying to contest it a bit, at least lay down some form of pressure, but Crackheads just making sure that AB Synarchy will not be able to get any form of momentum. You can see by Power X16. By Power is just making sure that Crackheads now get a substantial lead. Oh, the spray almost comes to a shin.
Hostiles have captured the hard point.
Somehow surviving that onslaught.
Hard point is ours.
But Crackheads still make sure that they are the first one to make it onto the hard point. AB Synarchy getting some of their scores into the bank. It will take a while before they find that momentum as by Power X16. XI6, I believe. Gonna get some random trades right there. AB Synarchy anchoring themselves down. That's gonna give them a bit of time to catch back up, and Crackheads will have to reset a bit. They are able to get that contest going, at least prevent AB Synarchy from regenerating some points, but AB Synarchy pretty in a swift fashion will be able to regain that momentum. Crackheads sliding in at the last few seconds to extend that lead a bit more, and that's exactly what they will do. AB Synarchy, despite getting the kills, won't be able to generate more points. In fact, by Power with an insane spray down, not able to get the flick through though. Sheeny is going to get the kill instead. Both teams still pretty close to each other so far, and here we go. Here comes the airstrike and Predator missile from Reef, finding two crucial kills, and that's gonna open things up for AB Synarchy. When you're playing on the open air, this is exactly what you want to do, but Crackheads, in a very swift manner, gets back onto the hard point again. They will own that area. Skia taken out by the airstrike. Very unfortunate, but AB Synarchy have waited for this opportunity to get that wipe and get that force reset onto Crackheads, and that will allow AB Synarchy to get on and try and equalize the score. At least so far, things are working pretty well for AB Synarchy as they are slowly figuring out how to deal with Crackheads. Just a bit of a differential, a 1-point differential in fact, as AB Synarchy finally steps on the soil of that hard point and take that lead to be the first team to hit that triple digit. 100-point mark is going to be the call right now for Crackheads. As the hard point will unlock in 5 seconds. You can see the nades getting propped up. But AB Synarchy will not make the same mistake that they made. by Power with 2, but Ro immediately shuts him down. He's going to walk forward with the spray through. Crackheads though from the window, able to catch him on the flank. And that should allow Crackheads to get control of the site once more. They are getting those pickoffs, and they quickly get the site back. Skia does go down, but AB Synarchy, they don't have the numbers to overwhelm Crackheads. And when you lose all these individual players one by one, time and time again, you are going to lose momentum. And that seems to be the case because AB Synarchy are funneling into the process of Crackhead. Flash has been deployed, but can it convert into anything? Maybe it can, but no, Bebe just sprays the members of AB Synarchy down. Still 15 seconds on the clock, 20 more points for Crackheads to get this in the bag. And maybe they've already done it. The point is contested by AB Synarchy, slowing things down just a little bit. Unfortunately, still not sufficient because Crackheads, they're down to their final 10 points. This is still winnable for AB Synarchy if they just don't let Crackheads take over. But Crackheads, they're already there. And this just makes things even worse. Concept with a 3D concept. Oh, nasty shots and crack hits. As cracks open that first game to take their first match in this best of 5 onto hard point. Unfortunate for AB Synergy to not be able to close out the round, and this one, contrary to the first series that we saw between Cloud ESAT against that T1, this was more of a dominant hard point take, more of a dominant hard point round from the side of Crackcase. Yes, even though AB Synergy was able to tie up the score, but you can see how Crackcase immediately exert control over those hard points once they hit the 100-point mark. It felt like AB Synergy had no chance at all, and I felt like AB Synergy would have had a better shot at retaking the hard point if they don't funnel in. We saw the kill feed that AB Synergy, they were just going in one by one, and when you do that, you just allow the enemies to pick you off, reset, and rinse and repeat. So perhaps that is something that AB Synergy needs to rectify, or at least needs to kind of polish a bit, because we definitely do see the potential of them tying up the score and taking the fight straight to Crackcase. So that being said, Crackcase with a dominant match number 1, it is going to give them that confidence, give them the morale boost, and give them a bit of momentum when they get ready for their search and destroy. And so far we are seeing that Crackcase are just a bit more proficient in those gunfights. And when you're proficient in gunfights and you're playing search and destroy, that is a match made in heaven. Now all they have to do is to get those kills, because you can't respawn in search and destroy. And we've seen it, we've seen it firsthand in the first best of 5. Both SAT T1 and Cloud ESAT, they did play a Summit. We're gonna jump back to Summit later on, and we'll see if for AV Synergy, if they can keep this intact, if they can continue to keep that current performance and work on it, because there's definitely potential for them to deal with Crackcase. They just need to win those shots and win those gunfights. And Crackcase, so far, their aggression has paid off. And when it comes down to search and destroy, it's all about those initial picks. So I'm looking at Crackcase to be making majority of the first move, but I want to be proven wrong by AB Synergy. So hopefully they can bring out that result. Of course, when it comes to a best of 5, it is all about getting a momentum and maintaining it if you are on the winning side, and if you're not, you just need to reset and look at those games as individual rounds and slowly mount that comeback, and you can't feel down. So the mindset right now, the atmosphere for Crackcase should be very joyful. They should be feeling pretty good about themselves after a pretty huge lead. But for the side of AB Synergy, well, they can rest assured that the fight is long from over. So that is going to conclude our hard point. Something else that we can expect from the following round of Search or Destroy, at least on Summit, is how the teams we've seen in the first series of SAT T1 and Cloud ESAT, excuse me, how they are approaching a Summit. We saw both teams playing a very passive approach. They're not just running onto the side, gunning people down and getting the bomb planted. They're actually waiting to get pickoffs before they head on, get the bomb planted and play the time. And so far we have not seen any scenarios where the defender runs out the clock. It's most likely just team wipe and defuse. Maybe we can hope to see that in the upcoming round. Hopefully that's going to be the case. Hopefully that is going to be the scenario for our Summit, as Crackcase aggression might just prove to be advantageous for them taking on their adversaries, which is going to be AB Synergy, an interesting name by the way. With that being said, we are ready to crash into the Summit, and we'll see who will reach the Summit by the end of this round. It's going to be AB Synergy from the get-go as the defenders having to deal with Crackheads. And we talk about Crackheads' aggression, and they've already taken out one from AB Synarchy. Jasmine with the second eye by power, finding a third kill. And AB Synarchy, they have lost complete control of the site. Shorty also not standing a chance. And Crackheads, they should be there around unless Rogue can get a clutch. Not possible.
Lost that round, but it's not over yet. Ready
Rogue
up.
just not able to, not able to deal with what
Defend the objective.
Crackers has.
The enemy has the bomb.
AB Synarchy, although they are not as proficient in terms of aggression, they can be a bit more reactive to what Crackhead needs to do. So hopefully AB Synarchy will be able to make that response, and so far it's looking pretty okay. They got one. They're still in the disadvantage though, because Crackhead just pushes in,
The bomb is
takes out
planted.
three members in fact of AB Synarchy. Bomb is already implanted. This is what we've been talking about. At the highest level, you normally just get onto site, get the initial pick, and get the plant off. Jasmine trades Shorty. Rogue is the only one left alive. Bebe just
Lost that round, but it's not over
make it
yet.
so quick. Crackets. Ready 2-0. 2 out of 6 is 2 out of 6 Crackets. They are making very
Destroy
quick
the
progress.
objective. They have the bomb.
Now let's see if AB Synarchy will make a bit of an adjustment. All bodies onto that B side. In fact, they're pushing forward. Bebe is on that first floor, and Katuna getting the eye by power. The bomb has been dropped. Ski Eye immediately trades 2 back. Roll able to equalize the score. Bebe from the stairwell. That's the one spray. Roll also getting caught up, but Roll still alive. Bebe, can he get this? And yes, he can. He absolutely can. Crackers now with the 1 versus 2. Reef is the only one left alive, and Reef able to make it a fair 1 versus 1. Jasmine knows where he is. There's still time to retrieve the bomb. Seems like Jasmine is going for it. More than a minute on the clock.
The enemy has the bomb.
And most likely he's going to be going towards that A site. And Jasmine, he does have that advantage. The element of surprise. And of course, when the bomb is with you, it's all about running out the clock. And Jasmine coming in from behind. And Reef has absolutely no idea where Jasmine is. Jasmine might be able to catch him out. Reef not looking at the right angle, but he does get a great clutch.
Ready for
A
the
fancy
next
football
round.
from Reef, saving the round for AB Synarchy. It's gonna make it a bit more bearable for AB Synarchy to work with as Crackers. At least will not get the get the 3-0 lead in the beginning. AB Synarchy doing the same maneuver once more, but this time Crackers know what's up. And Jasmine gives so much information. There's so much info. Wow, and Skya gets taken. Now Jasmine continuously being a nuisance, and here comes a nade. Huge one as well. Reef going for the push, but doesn't take out Jasmine. As Crackers continue to lay down that pressure, making sure that AB Synarchy does not feel comfortable, even as the defenders, even on their home turf. AB Synarchy made to fight for the round. Reef is holding on to this angle as Ro able to pick off Jasmine. That's going to make it better for AB Synarchy as they have now gotten the man lead. But Concept immediately takes out Sheeny to equalize the game. Bebe from behind. Shorty and Katuna, they are watching the stairwell, and Bebe gets spotted out. Will they go for the push though? Shorty actually drops down. Bebe, I don't know if you see him. Now he does. But Bebe not able to win that out. Shorty gets a double spray down.
For the next
And AB
round.
Synarchy equalizes the score. So it's a performance way better from AB Synarchy.
Destroy the objective.
Maybe they kind of figure out what Crackers wants to do. Crackers were the aggressors for the first 2 rounds, but AB Synarchy with their reactive play has been able to at least slow down Crackers. I wouldn't say they have shut them down, but they definitely found a way to stall Crackers' advances. Especially when as long as you don't get picked off early, you have a chance. Eye by power, getting an assist on Skia. Sheeny unfortunately loses his life. That's gonna be allow Crack Kids to slowly push on side. Concept is there as well, but Concept will be taken down. Skia finds a second kill though, so Crack Kids still have that man advantage. The question is, where will they head towards? Seems like the answer is going to be that B side.
Bomb has been planted.
Bomb planted. 45 seconds left for AV Synergy to try and get onto the side and make a difference. They're gonna get us some intel first, as they have to play with a man disadvantage. Shorty might be able to see Skia, and yes he does, but not able to get the spray down. In fact, Skia trace back. And suddenly AV Synergy are at a major disadvantage. Bebe will make it a 1v4, and Reef will be
Lost that
buried.
round, but it's not over yet.
Crack
Ready up.
Kids find lead. A 3-2 advantage.
Destroy the objective. They have the
It's the
bomb.
last round of the half, so Crack Kids still have one more shot on the attacking side. This idea. Crack Kids still have a shot. Sorry, at the defending side, excuse me. AB Synergy will be attacking this time. We see if there is going to be a difference. Reef smelling something off. And then most likely is not going to attack onto anyone, but it will give Crackers a bit of information of where AV Synergy are coming from. As Rogue takes out Eye by Power. A good opening, but unfortunately, they have not been able to get onto site. Majority of AV Synergy are watching that B side, or at least they have intention to go onto B, but Baby will take out Shorty. That's a flag wash gone. So Crackcase should be able to regroup their members and buy a bit of more time to stall out AVs, to stall out Crackcase. Another 1-for-1 trade. AV Synergy bleeding out a bit. Katuna not able to get more, unfortunately. Crackcase standing tall with two members. They do have one on the flank, and that's going to be Concept, but Concept will be ruined
The enemy has the bomb.
as AV Synergy finally retrieve the bomb. 45 seconds is a lot of time for them to get the plant. It's all down to Skia to try and take this back. We have seen those 1v2 clutches. So maybe Skia can make it happen. And if he does, it's gonna basically allow Crackers to pull ahead.
Bomb has been planted.
And if you're in Crackers' shoe, you definitely don't want to be in that position. 35 more seconds left. Skia getting caught out on the side. Sheeny takes him out.
Next round.
AV Synergy finally equalizing the score once more.
Defend the
Round 7 it is. AV Synergy continue to adjust to what Crackhead is doing. Okay, Crackhead back on that defense. Where's the initial pick of Katuna? This get taken out. Eye by Power with Bison. Good spray. Skia with Sheeny in the bags. Crackheads again getting those frags. In fact, they will also take out Reef. Shorty and Rogue left on the map. The bomb drop on site. Bebe and Jasmine just makes it a
It's not over
quick
yet.
one.
Ready up.
Crackers gets the lead again.
Defend the objective. They have the bomb.
That's gonna put Crackers 2 rounds closer. 1 round closer to match point. 2 rounds closer to victory. This is the AV Synergy with a bit of adjustment. It's gonna put all of the members on that B side. Bebe is the only one holding here. But if Bebe can get a kill or 2, it's going to be great. Shot takes out Concept. That's exactly the pickup that we want to see from the side of AV Synergy. Don't let Crackkids, hold on a side. Don't let Crackkids pick you off. So far, Crackers are more centralized around A, so that should allow AV Synergy to get onto the side slightly easier. Bomb is gonna rotate there. Katuna though, stuck in between the sites, and with the bomb drop now, AV Synergy has to retrieve that objective. Sheeny does take the Eye by Power to make it advantageous for AV Synergy once more. Shorty finds Bebe, that's the 3rd kill. Cracker still has 2 more members to work with. And AV Synergy will make it a 1v4. Jasmine does take out Sheeny to start things off. Bomb retrieved for Crackets. For AB Synergy, excuse me. AB Synergy is
Bomb has been
go for the
planted.
plant on that B side. Let's see if Jasmine can turn this around.
Contact
All
with
AB
enemy.
Synergy needs to do is to just play inside the buildings and play inside the buildings and just play those hard angles. Make sure that Crackers don't get those individuals isolated kills,
Ready for the next round.
and that's exactly what they are doing right. AB Synergy even up the score once more.
Defend the objectives. They have the bomb.
Now it's Crackheads dropping the ball a little bit. It's gonna play the same distribution of manpower, the same formation. 4 onto A and only Bebe holding off B, but he's gonna play on a different angle. There's some nades being propped up into those the buildings. Crackheads looking for those pickoffs that AB Synergy they are not giving. And when you are on the attackers, there is actually plenty of time to plan out what you want to do to gather some intel. So I like that AB Synergy is not rushing. They realize that rushing into Crackers is a recipe for disaster. So, not doing it, not being reckless and too aggressive is definitely benefiting AB Synergy because those were the rounds that they won. With Crackers. Same can be safe for them as well. 50 seconds left. Every Synergy has not budged at all. Still waiting for an opportunity to try and get onto site. They have sent 2 members to scout for that point A. Tuna does see eye by power. And immediately the information has been relayed. They might open up A, but they need to get through Concept as well. Concept kills Katuna, and that means the bomb is on the ground. 30 more seconds left. AB Synergy gonna go for that execute. Shini does take a Skia, and Shini is gonna find a second one onto Concept as well. Bomb finally retrieved, but they still need to plant it though. 15 seconds is going to be
Finish it.
the time limit. Last man standing for Crackers, and AB Synergy close this up.
Next round.
Finally taking the lead. AB Synergy just need one more
Destroy the objective.
round
They have the bomb.
to tie up the series. We have a best of 5 on our hands. Winning control now. Cracker is trying to be a bit more responsive to what AB Synergy is doing. Wanting to go for the equalizer at least. Smoke being thrown into the room. That's gonna impede AB Synergy's ability to get those pickups from these angles. It does cover up tough angles. Allow Crackers to maneuver a bit more. They definitely are not worried about AB Synergy right now, but you can see a potential aggressive push from Crackers. Jasmine is gonna make the first move. You can see Shini. There you go. Right through the wall. Crackers taking down Shini. Also finding Katuna mid-rotation as well. This might be the equalizer the Crackhead has been looking for. Skia finds Rogue. And it feels like it's going to be the case. The bomb still in the hands of Shorty.
Enemy in sight.
He can't plant on that A. But he's the only one alive. And unfortunately this time he's up against the entirety of Crackheads. Actually, bomb is not there. Yeah, it's not. Eye by power.
Lost that round, but it's not
Takes
over
out
yet.
Shotty,
Ready up.
and we are going to get a side switch. Crackers will have to be on the
The enemy has the bomb.
attacking side, whereas Avis Synergy will play on defense. We'll see how Crackers get onto the site this time. We'll see what they do different from AB Synergy. Are we going to see like a slower and a methodical approach like what AB Synergy has been doing? Or maybe Cracker just go and pull the trigger and Charlie pulls his first. See, now it's Concept. Cracker losing a member early on, definitely not looking good for them. But they are still going to push on Jasmine. I believe this is one of the members of AB Synergy, but looking away at the at a pretty unfortunate timing. Crack hits. Now just getting some vantage point over point B at least. I need to make sure that they get something. Oh, Jasmine almost hits that. Actually missed the shot, and now he's gonna get pushed. Great push from Katuna, but I Power is there for the backup. At least there's a refrag from the side of Crackers. They still maintain that manpower, the equilibrium. 40 seconds left for Crackers to get the bomb down. AB Synergy has already sent out a lurker. It's going to be in the form of Sheeny. Maybe Sheeny can go huge.
Contact with enemy.
He is from behind. Crackers. It's already got the bomb down and ticking. Unfortunately for Sheeny, he's not able to get the shot off. His buddy dead to join him, but it's going to be the peak. Power! He's been hiding there for this entire time, and they're just going to take out 3 members. In fact, everyone from the side of AB Synergy. Crackers putting map 2 on the board as well. And now they are on series point. A 2-0 lead so far for Crackers, and all they need is one more map. They will be able to advance to the grand finals to take on Cloud ESAT. What a performance from Crackers, but a lot of commendation going over the side of AB Synergy as well. We saw how they are able to adapt. We saw how they were able to punish Crackers' aggression, but that one final round, the death match, just Power being the MVP. You know, him hiding beside the doorway and able to peek out to get the crucial double kill towards the very end was the final nail in the coffin for AB Synergy. So unfortunate loss for them. They will have to now play the gauntlet. They need to win 2 maps in a row to have a chance to win this series. And it all starts with domination. And again, we saw how AB Synergy played hard point. We saw how they control those objectives. We saw how they hold the objectives, and we saw how they were winning majority of those gunfights. You bring that to domination, it feels like Crackers are not just the aggressors, but also the favorites to win this. So the question now lies, the burden of proof now lies on AB Synergy. Can they win at least one map? Can they at least take 1 point away from Crackers? Because this is only going to get harder. We are going to crossfire, and we talked about not crossfire, firing range for domination. And we talk about how hard it is to play firing range, right? Once you get control of a site, you start deploying those airstrikes. It is going to buy a lot of time, but only AB Synergy can answer this question. So we jump straight into firing range. It will be AB Synergy and Crackers again getting one side of their own. What a wallbang from Katuna. Getting a perfect shot. Katuna with the second one to Power. But Contact able to shut him down. So both teams getting on individual sides of their own. Now it comes down to who can get onto that B side first. And it seems like AB Synergy will have some members around. They're going to be hovering around that area at least. But it's going to be Skia and Concept taking out the members of AB Synergy. Skia and Concept continuing to lay in the numbers. The Cracker is actually got both their points, and that is just great for Cracker. AB Synergy immediately tries to control A again, but as they are trying to get A back, Cracker they've already started working on B, and now it's going to be up to them to try to hold aside Power with a great shot. Power with the second one to shut down AB Synergy, and Crackers have gotten control of majority of the points. Now the point generation is going to start coming in from Crackers.
Losing C.
Just what a good hole. And AB Synergy, they have not proven to be able to get through to Crackhead's, metal fortress. So Crackhead feels like a brick wall whenever they hold down a point. So maybe, and this is a round that AB Synergy needs to prove that they have that sledgehammer ready to break through this fortress, but so far, Krakens have just been on an absolute tear. Oh my goodness. The consistent kills. Kraken continuing to lay in those numbers. As I by power is going down Rogue.
We've taken the lead.
You can see right now, Krakens leading, slowly extending the lead more and more. Skia with a triple kill. Oh, are you kidding me? Finally, they shut down Concept, but can they get to Skia? The answer is yes. They get to Skia. Katuna though.
Losing Charlie.
I'm gonna answer back to take out Zheng Yu. Bebe will take out Katuna against Skia. Just making sure that they don't get past, you know, making sure that AB Synergy just don't get past them.
Complete. Keep it up.
Maybe Rogue can make a difference, and indeed he is.
We lost the lead.
AB Synergy getting onto that seaside and start working on it, trying to capture it. Unfortunately, it's gonna be Kraken to answer back pretty quickly. Make sure that they don't lose that seaside and they don't let AB Synergy cap that objective. 30-point lead so far for Krakens. AB Synergy trying to work on the B side, trying to get control of the B side, but again, it will be stopped pretty quickly by Krakens. Krakens continue to put those numbers on the board. Xiar in particular has been phenomenal so far.
Nice work. Get ready for the
As
next round.
they're gonna be the first one to hit that 75 points. Kraken with a massive lead. The second half is gonna begin. Can AB Synergy catch up?
Enemy taking A.
It is going to be a bit difficult.
C.
A great flashbang.
Taking the lead.
It's gonna be AB Synergy. They take out 1, but Kraken's answer with 3. And 3 is always better than 1. You can see that I by power. Oh, he does get re, but they will shut him down as soon as possible. Making sure that Kraken doesn't get the second point from the get-go. AB Synergy trying to stem the bleeding, trying to send members left, right, and center. You can see the friendly airstrike onto the C side and make sure AB Synergy cannot get there at all. Kraken, therefore they got the C side. Now they're working on A. B side also under the control. AB Synergy losing control not just of the side but also of the map. All positions, all points in control of Kraken. This is looking pretty bad. And here we go, the torpedo airstrike. Predator missile on point. Kraken dominating AB Synergy, and Bebe with a spray down from the high ground. He's gonna drop the sentry gun as well. AB Synergy, can they recover from this? Kraken is already hitting that 100-point mark.
Alpha.
Enemy down.
And a great deke from Zheng Yu.
Friendly airstrike incoming.
AB Synergy will try to cap A, and they would forced away by the airstrike. Great usage of resources from Kraken. AB Synergy scrambling to get back, but through the smoke, Skia! Oh, Skia! What a beauty you are! 3 through the fog of war.
Hostile hunter.
As AB Synergy in total shambles, she finally shuts down Skia, but the damage has been done. AB Synergy, they take down members of Krakens, but they're not able to recap any site. And look at this concept. Just trying to take down the members of AB Synergy. 20 more points, and Krakens just with a substantial lead at this point. Almost 100-point lead. AB Synergy, they got B point back. Temporarily. But if you are Krakens, you just need to keep A and C alive. You don't need to worry too much about that B point. Can AB Synergy mount that comeback? It honestly looks impossible to a certain extent. Concept not able to get those frags in as AB Synergy gets some kills on their board. In fact, they've finally been able to control C. So it's going to be 2 points controlled by AB Synergy, but still, the point continues to tick for Kraken. And there's a RPG to take on the sentry gun, and Kraken, they should have this in the bag. AB Synergy, they've gotten more points, but it might be too little too late because Kraken, they just need 2 more. Need 1 more. And I think we have our grand finalist, Kraken. They can taste the sweet smell of victory, and indeed, Kraken just hit that goal in a dominant fashion. In a very dominant fashion. You know, more than double the lead. The lead is double the points. that AB Synergy has, and in a clean 3-0 fashion, Crackheads, living up to their name, just playing out of their minds, and able to close out this second semi-finals in an absolute of a spectacle. They will earn themselves the opportunity to play in their best of 5 grand finals later on, to take on a Cloud ESET for the title of the Ways of War champions and also the 5000 CP. But of course, for AB Synergy, they might not be able to play for the crown, but they still have one more match coming up, right? They are going to be playing up against Set T1 for the 3rd, 4th placing match, which will be played offline, so we'll not be able to see that. But we always save the best for last, and that's the grand finals. One more best of 5 stands between two teams. It's going to be Cloud ESET and Crackheads in one more showdown to see who will be crowned the Ways of War Kings. But before we crown this soldier the Medal of Honor, we're gonna go on a short break, and when we come back, it's time to find out who deserves to be called champions of the battlefield. We'll be right back.
Put the work in, beast it. I'm going all out, baby, till we ball out. When you see me racking up wins, give me more clout. Time short, so I gotta get mine. I'ma grind to the finish line, homie, let's shine. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen. We gotta turn big dreams into action. We gotta mix action with the passion. Time short, no time for relaxing. Be the first in, last out, make it happen.
I am the best at this, nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this, nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. The first is the last, and the last the first. I be the first one that aim squeeze, then I'm a burst. So what's your work? Does your network? Listen closely to my next words. Also, you wanna be the best word. It's time for you to use your head first. Popeye, you better learn to get the leg work. Yeah, that's right, let's take them to the serpent. It's time to put the work in, you deserve it, don't deserve it. With human never been perfect. I'm striving for perfection. See, that's the hidden lesson. Your feet should leave the surface. High five to heaven, till your vision inverted. Free fall the feeling. Had to go to get it. Glass blown the ceiling. Hammered the bracelet. Heaven knows you're living. So you can never leave until you know the limit. Ask me if there is one. I tell you if you ever find a work pole, they go. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what a veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. Yes, this is the Supreme King Kareem. Right over your head, double take, homie, you're dead. Swishing, don't let them catch you slipping. Pick up the cane, pimping, that's a permanent limp. You got to stay a villain, come in, man with them. See, they don't like that. Funny how you stay appealing as you hit them right back. The love they hate on the plate. Choose whichever one you feeling. You know what it takes, then which one of them killing. Just turn it all around, flip it upside down. Your mind's a weapon of infinite creation, jot it down. Don't ever mind the seconds, time was the govern sound. The riddle is the light, spoken into the now. So now you see the answer, the hardest part is how. You plan to do it all, something you should figure out. Cause if this whole world is a trip, then you better take off right now. Break the shit. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what the veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what the veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this. I am the best at this. Nah, you ain't gonna mess with this. Ever heard of what the veteran is? I work harder than most to be what the real is. Never stop training, cause I'm the best at this.
Glance over my shoulder, I see him and her walking together. She don't even notice I'm there. But now he's got his eyes on every other pretty girl that walks on by. Don't even seem that she cares. Now why can't she see that I'm the one that really loves her? And why can't she see the man that's inside? So why can't she see that no one else can love her like I do? Love her like I do. Why can't she see? Come on.
Welcome back, soldiers and warriors, to the Ways of War Call of Duty Mobile tournament as we get ready for our final best of 5 in the grand finale between Cloud ESET and Crack Kids, as we see who will be crowned the eventual champions. My name is Husky and I'll be a commentator for this final showdown. Before we proceed with the matches, we gotta give a quick shout out to the parties who made this happen. ESL and Garena, thank you very much as always, and everyone will have an opportunity to make their mark on the battlefield. We've witnessed two amazing semi-finals. The first one between set T1 against Cloud ESET, with Cloud ESET winning the BO5 in a 3-1 fashion. And just now, we also witnessed the second semi-finals between Crack Kids and AB Synergy, but Crack Kids were able to basically go all ham and take down AB Synergy in a clean 3-0 sweep. So now the grand final is going to be between Malaysia, Crack Kids, or Singapore, Cloud ESET. But for the other two teams who were not able to make it this far, do not fret, because they will be playing the 3rd to 4th placing match. It's going to be between set T1 against AB Synergy, and this is actually set T1's second appearance. They were not able to make any progress. Last time they also had to play a 3rd, 4th placing match, but it will be played offline. If you guys want to check out the result, do stay tuned for after the match. Now, with that being said, we've seen two very aggressive teams play the semi-finals, but you know, on hindsight, it kind of feels like Crack Kids have a bit more of that firepower. And now we're looking at the sword and the shield. You know, Crack Kids feel like the sword. They shoot. They have more firepower. They slice harder. They get more kill counts. But Cloud ESET feels like the shield. The impenetrable suit of armor that is very good at holding down sight, that is very good at defending objectives. And the question is, which team has more durable, is made out of more durable materials? We're gonna still be playing the same map rotation, starting with Hardpoint, then we go to Search and Destroy in the Summit. After that, Domination at firing range, back to Hardpoint at Crossfire, and finally Hackney Yard for Search and Destroy. So it is going to be the rinse and repeat for all these teams. Now it's time for you guys to pick your side as well. Who do you think is gonna walk away as the grand champions of this community showdown between Crackheads and Cloud East? Do remember to drop in the comments which team you think is gonna win, and you might not be able to walk away with any rewards, but it does feel good and vindicating when your predictions come true. So show your supports for those players there, and you know they already deserve a lot of credit for making it into the grand finals. And even the players playing in our third, fourth placement match, they deserve a lot of props for being, well, the top 4 teams in this battlefield, I would say. Now let's take a look at Hardpoint once more, a game mode that compared to last week, it feels a bit faster this time. It feels a bit faster. This evening is a bit more exciting. Everyone is just going in. You can never get enough of the kill feed because it was just kills after kills. But we're seeing a lot more tacticality coming out from the side of Crackheads. They're using a lot more of the resources more efficiently compared to Cloud East. Cloud East, it's more about gunfire, it's more about using the weapons that they have to get a lead. Whereas for Crackheads, they have great firepower, but they're also using those utilities to perfection. Now that also poses a question, right? Can Cloud ESET keep up with that? Because sometimes when you get those utility usage down, it will give you an advantage. And when it comes to I believe a standoff or takeoff for Hardpoint, we've seen how most of the points are in very constricted areas that are very hard to get into because it's easy to watch those angles, but at the same time it's also very hard to hold because there are a lot of angles that your enemies can come from. It's kind of like a double-edged sword. And we've seen the teams that win Hardpoint, they usually rely on the numbers to overwhelm their enemies. So maybe that is going to be the name of the game for Hardpoint later on between these two teams. But again, I'm looking at Crackheads right now, and I'm thinking, from what we've seen from them, it really feels like their aggression and utility usage might give them an edge. But if they lose control of those sites, of the hard points to Cloud ESET, maybe Cloud ESET can just stick their foot deep into the ground and and anchor themselves to get the lead from those points. Hardpoint is kind of a test of how teams can adjust, on the fly. But maybe we'll get a better picture, a clearer picture when we go to I believe domination, where you only have 1 point to lock down. But with that being said, all hands are on deck. I am excited to see what these two aggressive teams can bring to the table. Although for Search and Destroy is also going to be an interesting one, right? Because we saw for Cloud ESET they won 6-4. For No Crackers they won 6-5. But just in time to get into the game, Crackers immediately get the lead. And we've seen Crackers again. We talked about this Bebe with a double spray down to kick off the game. And this guy has really been amping up the pace. Cloud ESET wanted to get onto the side. ESET takes down Bebe. Sasuke also finds Eye by power. Cloud ESET immediately jumps on the case to get some of those points back, and that is very crucial because they need to keep Crackers away, from the hard point. Crackers trying to contest, and they actually do. Getting a bit of the equalizer there. Sasuke and Tense both probably one of the more proficient fraggers of the team, especially Tense. You give him a scope, he is going to take you out from miles away. Crackhead taking a slight lead, but Concept. What? Teddy, oh my, Teddy, what was that? You cannot do that. What an amazing play coming out from Teddy, but Crackhead still get onto the side first, not for long though. Cloud ESAT will put their foot on the ground. Crackhead is in for the contest, and Guy by Power is going to immediately take it back now. With Crackheads firmly planted in the site, Cloud ESAT needs to try and overwhelm them with numbers. There is the utilities available. Krypton just immediately taking the lead, but by Power. Oh, he was ready for that. Tan's not able to engage because his team wasn't there, but at least he's able to stick his foot down. Skia eliminates that possibility as Crackhead continues to bring that lead up. Side with a great grenade kill, but it's not enough. They have just done sufficient to contest, but Crackheads, they're already coming in. In fact, they just are going to take back the side, the point with force. Crackheads now in the lead once more, and they are not letting go at all. This is getting a bit brutal for Cloud ESAT. Like, you need to consistently make sure that you can stay in control, and when you go for those retakes, you need to make sure that you stay on the point for a bit longer. Cloud ESAT, they get control of the point, but Crackhead would take it back within 3 to 5 seconds. And look at that, Crackhead already on a roll. Oh, Taz able to find himself a couple of kills, but they're not on site just yet. Now he needs to go for the contest, but his teammates, they need to follow up a bit quicker. They finally do, but Crackhead, they're gonna come right in. Skia and Zhang Yu, they will make quick work of the members of Cloud ESAT. In fact, Forestry down. Sasuke finally downs Concept, but is it too late? It feels like it is. Skia just pushes forward, trading 1-for-1. Crackhead still have the hard point. Cloud ESAT, can they contest? It seems like they do, but look at that. Again, they just were not able to keep their presence in their side long enough. Crackhead is gonna hit that triple digit pretty early on. They have a lot more time to spare. Crackheads is gonna be 45 points away from getting that win. Tense and Sai, they get control, but they get control when the site has been reset, and every time we have switched the hard point. Crackheads again first to the side. Great flash onto side. The grenade from Bebe is there, but at least Cloud ESAT is able to trade back the kills. But even though you trade back the kills, it still doesn't matter if Crackheads has the site. Cloud ESAT get the contest, and they finally will start to generate some scores for themselves. Those numbers are important. The content will come in from the side, and immediately they're taken back by force. Where's the members of Cloud ESAT? You cannot abandon the site. Crackhead just come in, and they will immediately brute force their way and continue to extend their lead. 123, 125 on the board. Just 25 more, less than 25 to get the win. And Cloud ESAT, they do not stand a chance. Look at what Kraken is doing. And you thought that the performance that Kraken has put up in the semifinals was great, but this one was a step up. This one is Kraken at their best, as they completely dominate Hardpoint. 9 more points to go as we get to a new hardpoint, a new objective. Back to the open. Goliath being deployed, but Crackheads, they waste no time getting onto site. They neutralize it, but they will just go for the contest immediately. And Goliath just makes it even harder. by Power piloting this mech, and Cloud ESAT just not able to find the footing at all. Crackhead with a 100-point advantage locks in Hardpoint. What a dominant start for Crackhead. Unbelievable gameplay. And we talked about this, we talked about the sword and the shield. And it seems like for round number 1, the sword was just a stronger weapon. And the sword absolutely sliced through the shield. And it felt like, hot knife cutting through butter for Hardpoint. Huge props to Crackers. It was a round where it felt like, it was a round where Cloud ESAT had no footing at all. They were able to trade the numbers, but there's no point killing the members of Crackers if you can't get onto site. We've seen a couple of moments where they contest, but those contests are not enough. You cannot just contest and not follow up. 50 points to 50 to 150 really says a lot about how Crackers has been able to handle that situation. So hopefully, for Search and Destroy, Crackheads, Cloud ESET on Search and Destroy, will be able to handle the situation a bit better. But what a start for Crackheads. That is the definition of momentum. That is the definition of Crackheads just being at the A game, you know, the top of their game. And now this gets me excited for Search and Destroy. Like, are we gonna just see Crackheads walk away with that victory? And of course, we're not gonna count out Cloud ESET just yet. It's a bit too early to do so. But it is fair to say that the utility usage that Crackheads has demonstrated is paying off. Because again, they're using the utilities to perfection, and they're able to just, you know, shut the doors right in front of Cloud ESET's face, and Cloud ESET were never able to get a footing. But that is gonna wrap out our first round in this grand finals in hard point. We're about to head into Search and Destroy, and if you are on Crackhead's side, you know that they're looking to search and destroy the members of Cloud ESET. Crackheads will be on the defending side, so we have seen this before. Cloud ESET will go for the attack, and look at Bebe just pushing forward. It's gonna be punished. A good punish from Cloud ESET. Exactly what they need to do. When you play against an aggressive team, being reactive and punishing what their game plan to push you is going to give you a bit of a lead. And now we've seen Cloud ESET play on the attacking side. They always play in a methodical manner. Look at Krypton going for the push. Can he get the kill though? Oh no! Oh, I buy power, and I thought he got Krypton. But Krypton able to get a better respawn. Jasmine lines them up. Oh, Jasmine
Have the bomb.
downing 2, but Crackheads is down to 1. It's a 1 versus 3 situation. Jasmine did his best.
Bomb has been planted.
Concept, can he get the skills though? The recoil a bit too strong with the QXR. Fortunately, right now, Crackers Concept, his location has been reviewed, and Sai will lock out round
Lost
1.
that round, but it's not over
Round
yet.
1 for
Hurry up.
Cloud ESET. A pretty decent start. A start that they definitely need. Now they just need to kind of keep this up. They just need to keep up the momentum and make sure that they continue to punish Crackheads. Let's see if Concept again with the shotgun in hand, try to play these close angles, and what a shot from Concept. Try to go for the second one. Skia finds the second kill as well. Concept not able to get the kill onto Sasuke as Tense gets the snipe onto Bebe. Cloud ESET again taking the lead once more, but they were able to equalize the thing. Equalize the game. I by Power downs Teddy. It's a 1 versus 1. I by Power needs to go up against Sasuke, and Cloud ESET knows where he is, so I by Power needs to play around the corners a bit more. Maybe he can catch Sasuke off guard. Sasuke is not looking in the direction that you were hoping him to look at, and he's gonna peek out, and there you go, Sasuke able to clutch out the second round, and Cloud ESET commanding lead. Crack is getting a bit close, but the punish is there from Cloud ESET.
Defend the
Just like
objective.
what we expect when you
Have the bomb.
are able to punish the aggressors. You get that minor advantage early on. Cracker is trying to switch up the game pace a bit. Flashbang is out. Skia finds Tense right off the bat, and that's going to really benefit Crackers and put them in a very good spot. Main snipe from Cloud ESET taken out, but Krypton finds 2, and that is great for Cloud ESET. Again, the punish is there from the side of Cloud ESET, making sure that Crackers never get to find a footing, but maybe they can. Skia and Night by Power, they both find 1. Cloud ESET get wiped out,
Nice work.
and Crackers takes control of that mid area. And when you have control, you have the information. Crackers puts the first round on the board.
Defend the objectives. The enemy
Round
has
4
the bomb.
will be. Round 4 is going to commence right now. A chance for Crackers to equalize the score, and Cloud ESET so far have been committing onto B side a lot. And here it goes. Smoke is out, blocking out the angle so that Tense can get information with the scope or get a snipe. And there we go, down the corner. I by Power gets caught by Krypton And you thought that Crackers will be expecting that, and that maybe Bebe can fight one. And he does. Gets Krypton back. Now Bebe just drop in. Tries to go for spray now with Sai. There 2 gun barrels. Bit too much. Concept. 5 straight Concept.
Nice work.
Oh, what a triple for Crackers. And just like that, they have equalized the score. And in a very swift fashion, Crackers have found the remedy to deal with Cloud ESAT. As we go into round number 5, Cloud ESAT still wants to commit onto that B side, but those utilities we're talking about is Tense gets an initial pick off with Eye by Power, and maybe that's gonna give them the advantage, but Bebe will immediately nullify that by taking a Krypton. Smoke will finally dissipate as Cloud ESAT is gonna play on this mid area again, but Concept will just wait. Bebe takes out Sasuke as well. There's already 2 down for Cloud ESAT. Crackers getting a lot of control. Concept pops out at the right time. And Tense is out. Cloud ESAT down to just 2. Teddy and Sai though, they will make it an even fight. It's down to Jasmine and Skia for Crackers. At least the equalizer is there. Bomb dropped in the middle. He'll be retrieved by Sai as they are making their way onto B. Skia is playing on the flank. This flank is pretty important. Bomb is not planted just yet. There's still time for Cloud ESAT to work with. But now they're gonna commit to the plant. And Teddy gonna see one. Skia will take him down. Even gets the regeneration back up. He is healthy and ready. 1v2 in favor of Crackers. Sai not able to land a shot. The Jit is getting. Crackers gonna come in from multiple angles. The slide is there. And Sai makes it a 1v1. But we can see Jasmine, what are you doing, Jasmine? Oh, not able to sneak it. Not able to do it. Not able to be sneaky with that. Cloud ESAT takes the lead, and they will now switch sides. As Cloud ESAT will be on the defending side, Crackers will play on the offense. Maybe it is a... Now we will see the sword in action. Now we will see the aggressors playing the attackers. We'll see how Crackers wants to approach this site. For the past 5 rounds, Cloud ESAT has been focusing on B every single round, but Crackers has a different idea. They want to go onto the A side, and Skia on that high angle just takes out Krypton, but Teddy might go for the challenge. Almost gets taken down. Concept finds him regardless, and Concept turns around looking for the third. It's all Concept this game, and he has been the absolute breadwinner of the team, creating so much space to allow Crackers to get the spike down. Tense is going to be the third one to drop. As Sasuke becomes the fourth, Sai is the only one left alive, but I know where he is. Sai playing on the edge, and Bye Bye Power does not give him a chance. Crackers with the equalizer. We're bringing it back to 3-3 once more. And Crackers just making it look clean. Making it look clean and crisp. Crackers now switching from A side to B. And his initial idea is gonna go into B side. They know that Cloud ESAT is probably gonna put a lot of bodies. You hear those early explosions, those early nades. Skia is ready for the dunk. Sees Teddy. Oh, and it's a perfect drop again. Krypton does trade him back, but now they know there's a +1 there. And maybe Cracker can use that information to go in for the push. And yes, I by Power fights Tense. Oh, Sasuke not ready to cover his buddy. And now he's gonna lose his life as well. Bebe pulls the trigger just in time. Concept coming in from the side as well. Get around the corner. Concept with Sai. And Crackers, they found the lead once more. The reload's gonna cost Concept his life, but Bebe will nail it in. And Crackers now take the lead. They reclaim what is rightfully theirs with that aggression. Crackers, 2 more rounds until they win Search and Destroy. It's gonna be a tough one for Cloud ESAT to work with. You can see they need to find a way to deal with Crackers. The flanks from Crackers alert. The surprise has been working well, and again it's Concept to light up the skies as he just gun-style Tense with the QXR. Now this is gonna give you the opening to lurk from a separate angle. Crackers already got the bomb down. Teddy downs Bebe. even things out, but immediately Skia will trade right back. The rest of Cloud East wants to reclaim the side, but Concept is behind. I don't know if Cloud East knows about this. Concept on the lurk, Jasmine with the snipe. He takes out Sasuke's head right through the skull. They say Krypton, and Sai is the last man left alive. Sai trying to go for the defuse, but they found him. You can't just sneak him away. Not when Crackers are on the case. Crackers with the 5-3 scoreline right now. One more to go, and they will put themselves on series point. Not just any series point, championship point. Crackers, what's the game plan going to be? Seems like a full B rush. Cloud E said, are they going to be ready for this? Krypton playing a very important angle, but it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade so far. Teddy gets 2, but Teddy also goes down, and here we go. Sasuke tries to take the fight up, but Skia will win. And the Sai also goes down. Cloud E said down to Krypton. And he has to clutch this. Bomb is gonna go down. Skia sees it. Krypton coming in. It's gonna be a double stack, but Krypton is gonna take out Skia. Bebe not ready for the refrag, but he's just gonna go for those jiggle picks. So shoulder picks. Just messing with Krypton. Krypton knows that someone is behind, but Jasmine just no scopes him in the head. And it's gonna be Crackers taking Search and Destroy. And ladies and gentlemen, Crackers have just put themselves on championship point. One more match, and they will be able to call themselves the Ways of War's Grand Champion. Can you believe it? Just absolutely amazing gameplay. Again, you know, we thought that Cloud E set found an answer. We thought that Cloud E set might have been able to find a solution to stem the bleeding, but oh my goodness, Crackers just on another level. The Sword Triumph, 2 maps in a row. Now Cloud E set put in the same situation as AB Synergy. They need 2 consecutive maps to be able to bring this to a game 5. And third match is Domination. We're gonna go back to firing range. We've seen how Crackers play Domination. We've seen how they dominate Hardpoint against Cloud E set, 150 to 50 if I'm not mistaken. Now Domination, I'm quite concerned for Cloud E set, but they gotta find a way to deal with this because, man, Crackers, they are, on crack. They are playing out of their freaking minds. So right now, looking at Domination, looking at firing range, so many open air areas for those airstrikes, for those the missiles, and we've seen how Crackers use those utility to perfection. One of the ways to deal with this, I think, that Cloud E can do, is to get to side and just try to defend. I know it sounds very simple in hindsight. It's easy to say and done, but they have to try and stop Crackheads from taking those sides, because once Crackheads do that, we've seen what they can put on the table. They will not let go at all. So for Cloud E set, this is their final chance, and it's not to win, but to keep themselves in this grand finals. Maybe this could be just the game. That's just the match that they need to turn it around. Let's head in to Domination. Welcome to the firing range. And start things off with Bebe getting a great spray. Oh my goodness. Zhang Yu trades one in. Bebe looking for the second, pushing Sasuke and through the wall with their leg shot. Crackers have already gotten themselves a bit of a lead. Of course, it's just a very, distributed point. Crackers and Cloud E set taking 2 on one side of their own. 10's just not able to win out against Concept. Skia also puts 2 on the board. Crackers should be able to control the side pretty soon if they keep doing this, but they need to lock down the initial area first. They will be able to do that. That's just there. Krypton gets absolutely bombed. Bebe with 2. Zhang is getting down. Sasuke trying to pull the weight for his team. Cloud E set able to defend the site so far. In fact, they're gonna go on to be a great nade from Krypton. Denies Crackhead entry to that B side. And that's gonna allow Cloud E set to take a bit of the lead. Laid out from Zheng Yu onto the B side. Can he catch anyone? No, he does not. The Concept and I by Power will put some bodies on the board. They still have not found Sasuke yet. Skia also trying to continue this momentum as great airstrike from Bebe. It's a great missile, but it's not enough because Cloud East they have stolen A away, but Crackheads, they will still see. So it's still Crackheads slightly in the lead. They want to get onto the B side. Teddy just getting taken now. Concept sliding through. Maybe this is a chance for Crackheads to get B, but because they have that man advantage, but they are gonna go away from B from now. Just want to go onto A side, but Crackheads is able to at least Cloud East were able to respond to that. Now Crackheads, they will get onto A. Cloud East takes B. Still an even distribution of side. No one has got the B side just yet. That is good. That is good for Cloud East. You need to keep doing this. Side with a good kill to keep this point away, but Crackheads have finally set their foot on to C. And maybe this is where Cloud East needs to worry a bit, because Crackheads will be able to extend the lead if they capture that C side. Indeed, they have. We'll see the points starting to be in Crackheads' favor, and they also got B as well. At least they are starting to capture the B. But at least Cloud East were able to reclaim A, equalize the playing field, but Crackheads will take that opportunity to lock down B side and start to attain the lead. And here comes the Predator Missile, a good one from Bebe, taking out 2. In fact, they're gonna wipe out 4 members of Cloud East and forcing a hard reset from the blue team. Crackheads now having a bit more of ground to cover as Bebe goes for the spray down. Oh, Bebe, you beauty. Crackheads slowly but surely pulling ahead. And sure, Cloud East has the 8 point, but you need more than that. And we talked about this, when Crackheads finds their footing, they just don't let go. They just don't keep their foot off that soil of these capture points. The flag is theirs, and they will make sure that it stays there. Crackhead continuing to get those dominance in. They're gonna start capping point A as well. Side able to stop that at least temporarily stop that. But Crackheads on their way to hit 75 points first. As we see the absolute massacre. Side putting 2 on the board. It's gonna allow Cloud East to start capping the point. But when they do, Crackheads is gonna create diversion because they are trying to cap A. In fact, they capped A. Give B away. Crackheads, they're gonna get the first half for sure. 75 to 45. Pretty substantial lead for Crackheads, as they are 1 foot closer to the title of Grand Champions. Crackheads spitting out the manpower. Bebe with 2 in the beginning. Great smoke to block out that high angle. It's gonna allow Skia to move on forward, but Skia needs to check out his those side as well, the corners as well. Climbs up, able to get into this hut. It's gonna give us some advantage. They're able to take out a Tense, and just look at Concept and Zheng Yu pulling so much weight. Crackheads just A, and yeah, Skia has already planted himself there pretty early on, so Crackheads, they're not gonna be worried about this. In fact, Crackhead continuing to put those bodies on the board. Can Cloud East take some back? Crackheads halfway through capping that B side. Tense with the compound bow. Those explosions just on point, right in front of Zheng Yu's face. But we have the Predator Missile and Tense. Oh, Tense. Oh, Tense. You can't kill yourself. You can't blow yourself up. Not in a situation like this. Here comes the killer drone as well. Tense and Krypton getting some kills of their own. Crackheads wanting to go for the cap. Cloud East looking for a target. Crackheads, there we go. Airstrike and the Predator Missile again. Airstrike onto B is gonna allow Crackheads to just run in. They're gonna start capping the site. Sooner or later, Krypton is the one keeping Cloud East alive and making sure Crackheads don't get double points. But I need to do a bit more than that. Sasuke will make sure Zheng Yu stays off. And that's gonna allow Cloud East to sneak away point A. But in the meantime, Crackhead will try to sneakily cap point C. Not gonna work out. Cloud East will have a bit more time to slowly reset this speed. Predator Missile, great onto Concept. And this is what we want to see. Cloud East getting a bit of control. But Crackheads will immediately get C back. And Sasuke really going out of his mind right now. Crackheads, can they do another sneaky move? Seems like they're sending members, they're sending Skia past that A side, and if he can take out one, then he takes out side. And Skia just gonna go for more. Krypton loses his life. Maybe that's what Crackheads wants to do. just push on forward control to try, and that's exactly what they've accomplished. Great concept, killing Side as well. They're gonna cap A, but C still not within their control. They also not able to control B.
One Goliath incoming. We're failing this mission. Enemy
And just
forces
great for
are
Cloud
moving.
ESAT.
Just one Goliath
Still
is
not
left.
taking the pedal off the metal. Cloud ESAT still has the lead. And Crackhead took a bit of control by here comes Zheng Yu. He is not fooling around this time. He is ready to cause some chaos, but Cloud ESAT, they're gonna take the opportunity to cap A. That's gonna give them so much lead. A's gone. Cloud ESAT, they're catching up. In fact, they have caught up. And Crackhead, you gotta make more progress. You can't give away like this. They're gonna put their foot onto B point, trying to sneak A away as well. And yes, they've got an A. This is the closest match that we've seen in this grand finals, and Crackers, they finally just got him back in lead, but maybe this is a game changer. Maybe Zheng Yu is gonna be the game changer for the team. They're gonna start dropping out of their strikes again. Prince of Missile also laid down Crackers, getting a bit of the lead. As Cloud ESAT cannot get close, they finally take out Zheng Yu, but it took a lot of time, and that's gonna allow Cloud ESAT to get onto B side. But can they make it there in time though? Tens is doing a lot of work. Bebe playing on this high ground. What a flick! Bebe with a 180. Making sure that he keeps this game alive. Bebe takes out Teddy as well. Oh, Bebe.
Friendly sentry gun deployed.
He has been a hero, but
Destroy your sentry gun.
can he remain a hero? 20 more points for Crackers. Just a 10-point differential. Presto Missile on the mark. It's Bebe again. Crackers inching so close. All so close. Cloud is at halfway capping to B, so there is still a chance for them to take the lead. They're going to commit onto B right now, and in fact, they're gonna do it. Look at Concept! Concept stops it! And Concept needs to do a bit more, but not enough. Crackers not able to stop Cloud East from capping B, but Concept just go for the spray down, and he's getting a lot of medals, but needs to get back. Concept again! Concept with 4 on the board! Crackers gonna try and sneak C away. And maybe they will be able to do some Predator missiles gonna land as well. Oh, sneaky. Zheng Yu, he actually capped C. That's gonna slow things down. I think Crackers got this. 2 more in the back. Cloud East is so close, but Crackers, this is it. 150 point score limit reached. They are your grand champions of the Ways of War Call of Duty tournament. A closest match that we have so far in this grand finals, but Crackhead, off the back of their wonderful performance, closes out the grand finals in a clean 3-0. That is championship point indeed. Start off with Zheng Yu capping B point. We have Bebe just making sure no one gets to get a retake. Concept with the insane hole, and back to Zheng Yu with that sneaking away that A point. Basically meant that there was no way that Cloud East could come back from this. So congratulations to our grand champions. In between this grand finals, Crackers, they are gonna walk away with 5,000 CP, and so it's gonna be a great haul for everyone today. But for Cloud East, to be fair, even though they lost, they are still the silver medalists. They're gonna be walking away with 4,000. And just a reminder that we do have the 3rd, 4th placing match between Sat T1 and AV Synarchy happening off stream. So if you guys want to check out the results, there is a way to do so. All you gotta do is to open your internet browser and head over to ESL Plays to get the latest update of that bronze medal result. But if you are not sure how to find ESL Play, or if you want to do it in a more traditional way on social media, you can always go to Facebook and drop by ESL Malaysia for the latest updates of this as well. Because my goodness, if this is what the community has to offer, I cannot wait to see more of that. Crackers has definitely make a impact today, and I believe we do have something to show. Let me get an update from production. Do we have the result for 3rd, 4th placing? Let me get some and yes, we do. Mothership has responded, and the command post will now give me the green light to show you guys what the final result is. We're gonna throw it up on the screen right now. There we go. Boom, magic. So 1st place is gonna be Crackheads, your grand champions. They will receive the Medal of Honor for sure after coming out as such a dominant team. 2nd place is gonna be Cloud ESAT, AB Synergy lock in bronze medal, and Sat T1 will be in 4th place. So Crackheads gets 5,000 CP. Cloud Eastside walks away with 4,000. AB Synergy with 3,000. And Set T1, they will get 2,000 CP. So all of these teams have put out a wonderful show this evening, and they all walk away with something to be proud about, something to learn, something that they have learned, some experience, and of course, what every Call of Duty Mobile player cherishes and love all so much, the CP. So once more, kudos to every single one of these players and teams who have participated, who are made it into top 4. But not to forget that we have to honor their journey from the qualifiers up till this point. It's definitely not an easy one when you have to play a best of 1 gauntlet. It's all about consistency, and regardless of the result today, all of these players have proved that they have something to show for. So with that being said, congratulations once more to Crackheads for being our grand champions. And for Call of Duty Waves of War, there is still more to come, and today is definitely not the last night. We still have more coming out next week on the same day. Thursday 8 p.m. is where you want to set your calendar and an alarm to, because we're coming back with more Waves of War Call of Duty mobile action in exactly 1 week. That's it for the night. Thank you ESL and Garena for making this a possibility, and congratulations to all the teams who have participated and walked away with something, especially Crackheads. You guys have not just made yourself proud, but have proven to be the top team in the community right now. I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everyone. And on behalf of everyone behind the scenes, from productions to admin, league operations, and everyone in between, we beat you guys. Good night and farewell.
Feel like that new cool here. It's like that new school here. Wave off that swim team, talk big things. It's new rules here. Yeah. Nice on nice on nice, yeah. I couldn't take it, missed a chance, I missed a flight, yeah. Got too damn wasted, pick up poison, pick up bites, yeah. I probably tasted, made mistakes, I made them twice, yeah. Nothing was sacred, I was just raging against the machine. Never been cool with the settings in the system. Instead of playing victim, I should've just switched them. Like, how was my life on the line any different? What if this time we could see what's missing? Change the position, at least burn flames with a mission. Couldn't see clear, had a bad prescription. No slack when your back's up against the wall. Nice on nice on nice.